Well, hello. I hope a lot of you find your way over here. Uh, I'm doing it on this one because there could be a strike at any moment. Yeah. So the other news of the day is that Brian Hurl and Rodders and Esau are pretending that they're at Rodders and no, Esau and Hurl are pretending that they're at Telford, and that Rodney has been. Yes, Jupes, I'm live, love. I'm live. And Rodney, hang on, I'll put the link in, love. And Rodney, and Esau, has been arrested, and apparently, his face is on Busker's bit of link that he did, or whatever it was he did earlier, right before he got shut down. These insane people don't know when to stop. They really don't know when to stop trying to get views. So you've got Hurl ringing up, going, "Oh, I'm going to the police station to find Esau." Oh. But what a job I've had recording this, honest to God. Jupiter. Oh, hang on, I'm getting feedback here. Yeah, Jupes. Hang on, love.
Finally.
I'm getting feedback from. Right. Hang on.
You're getting feedback from what?
Hang on, let me see if where I've got that many windows. You know when you've got too many windows open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hurl and Esau are pretending they've been at Telford, and Esau apparently was arrested, and Busker's got him on film, and blah blah blah. But guess what?
What?
Up to now, Mr. Switchy's camera on Hurl. He hasn't switched his camera on. Very strange. They do anything for views, won't they? Absolutely anything.
But apparently Skits is supposed to have uploaded the footage. I don't know if anyone can go and check it and see if there is anything there.
Skits? No, let's go have a look. Let me just check it out. I don't think so, because Skits was like, oh. All right, let's see. Skits. So what's your initial thoughts, Jupiter?
What, on whether he got arrested? Bullshit.
No.
Well, I want to read the documentary in full properly because unfortunately, the first part of the sound where the girl was speaking was very, very poor sound, wasn't it? So
yeah.
But if you want the truth, Wendy, I think that Tommy was very, even what he said at the end of it all, tried to downplay his position in it all, made it clear that it's not about him. And the fact that they did sort of like bring up the policeman, but I want to see what the evidence is properly and clearly before I make a final judgment. But the fact that he's not just focusing on the actual groomers, I think is good.
Yeah.
But I want to hear it. I want to hear it and see how substantial it is because I couldn't really hear it properly.
Yeah, just to get off topic for a minute, Skits hasn't uploaded anything, so that's a
Okay,
lie.
so that means Plisco's talking nonsense then.
Yeah, there's nothing there. His last video was 4 days ago. Not unless there's another Skits. This is a Skits.
There's 2 at the moment, isn't there? But I couldn't give a shit.
No, I'm just saying. I find it absolutely hilarious, and if it is true, good. That's all I'm
If
saying.
it is true, why would he out himself by saying he's on buskers footage?
Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't. You'd keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't let on that
That
you've
is
been
true. He
caught
doesn't
out.
want his ID out there, so he's lying.
You know, they're doing it just for the views, to say they were there. But Mr. I put my camera on at any given moment hasn't put his bloody camera on. So let's get started with this. There was only one slight disappointment for me, and that was the presence of a certain person.
Who, Danny Tomo?
No, the other Danny.
Oh yes. What? Well.
I mean, what was that about? I mean, come on.
Look, the message "Black and White Unite" I don't have a problem with. Problem is Danny Roscoe and his links, but you know, it's not about them, is it? It's about the girls.
No, it's not. And I think Banksy and Manny did a great job, to be honest. All right, the sound wasn't perfect, but they were left to stream. Do you know what I mean? And they did do a great job, and it was nice to see them doing a great job. If you see, you know what I mean, Jupes. Yeah, yeah. So did Base Welshman go down like Busker then?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. That's weird, isn't it? Really, considering. Oh, yeah. When I was recording this, first you rang, then someone else rang, and my bloody son rang 5 times. In the end, I had to go to my landline phone, which I never use, and ring him and say, "Stop calling the bloody mobile." I hate using the landline. I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate it.
No, mine's practically dead. When it rings, I know that it's a cold caller, one of those Indians trying to pretend to defraud me and all that business.
Yeah, well, you know that mine rings when, like, my mobile's engaged. You'll hear the landline going off because they're ringing to say, "Get off the phone." Right, so let's get on with this. Yeah.
You all knew what was happening to those girls in all of those towns and cities, and you've done nothing. You said nothing. I think we should remember why we are here. What was I talking about outside that door that day? There are still young girls now in every single town and city that have been taken from us, taken from their mums as sexual slaves at the hands of Islamic gangs. I want to spend, if the intention of this imprisonment was to prevent the public having knowledge, I want to spend the next 6 months travelling to towns and cities that have been blighted by these problems.
I'm with my kids daily. I think if you wasn't here, I wouldn't be here.
What happened the first time with Bob Barley?
I slept with him.
How old was you?
I was 11, Tom.
He had sex with you when he was 11. So he raped you. Oh my God. And were the police involved in that?
Yeah, and because the charges were dropped.
Who got the police involved?
My parents. I stayed to talk to you.
Oh, babe, I wish I had your number myself.
Because I said to my mum yesterday, I was like, Tommy will know the truth. I didn't think I'd be strong enough to sit here now and talk to you. I didn't.
Do you mind if I ask why you are sat here talking to me?
Because I think that I'm sat here talking to you because you should know the truth. It's all right having it third hand or...
Do you mind if I ask why you want me to have the truth?
Because I think there's so many other girls out there that are being abused by these people. Just be straight up and tell everyone the truth. How it actually happened.
Now, I should tell you, an independent inquiry into the sexual exploitation of children in Telford and Wrekin has been going on for well over 2 years. It's been led by the law firm Evershed Sutherland. The problem is, and I'm quoting from its terms of reference, the aim and purpose of the inquiry is to raise public awareness into child exploitation in Telford during the period of the inquiry, and the inquiry wants to hear from survivors of abuse. But if accusations are made, the accused will be notified of the accusation and given the name of the accuser. That's a legal obligation. The accuser can object to the accused being informed, but then the inquiry cannot use their evidence. We have also been told that many of those who know most about what has gone on in Telford and Wrekin, the police, social services and counsellors, many of them are refusing to help the inquiry at all. The inquiry will do nothing to bring justice for the victims. Now, we know the flagship Telford investigation, Chalice, resulted in 11 convictions. 11. That's it. Yet our shoestring investigation has been given over 200 names of alleged perpetrators. We also know the independent inquiry has been given over 300 names. We can shortcut the conclusions of the inquiry for you. The performance of the police, social services, counsellors, it was woeful at best, but more than likely a deliberate attempt to cover up these crimes against little girls for fear of being called racist, or in the interests of community cohesion, or, as we will hear and see, because of corruption. Covering things up doesn't create community cohesion. It does the opposite. Any right-thinking member of the community, of any community, regardless of their culture or their religion, would agree. It also destroys trust in public institutions, the very institutions that taxpayers fund to protect us all, especially the vulnerable. Police, social services, politicians. No one's been fired for this cover-up or corruption, and I suspect no one has even had so much as a verbal or written warning. These people will just shuffle off into retirement with their fat pensions. And the abuse is still going on today, right now, in Telford and Wrekin. Watch this.
In terms of there's an independent inquiry going on at the moment, which is being hosted by an independent QC and an independent solicitor. We are supplying them with 40 years worth of information.
40 years?
40 years worth of information.
40 years children have been failed.
So that the inquiry
So 40 years children have been failed.
Full understanding of the situation that Telford stays in.
It won't be released just like that.
Yeah, that's right. The police in Telford have passed 40 years of evidence to the independent inquiry. They've known what has been going on in that town for 40 years, as have the council, social services and the government. And we know, and they know, it's still going on today. Can we start at the beginning of the abuse and go through, because we've got your dad's account, but we've not just got your dad's, we've got 4 or 5 other girls from Telford's accounts. A lot of the names and the actions matched up with some of what your dad said. Are you comfortable if we just talk through so I can hear it? Yeah.
It happened when I was 11.
Yeah.
At the New Indian in Trent Road.
Yeah.
I started working there. Maybe in April, summertime it was. And for the first 3 months, I was doing deliveries with Dad. Then it became a thing where someone took a holiday and they said, I need someone inside. So I started working inside.
It's just in the evenings.
Yeah. I worked there packing orders
Yeah.
and answering the phone. People would come in there and look and think, well, she's too young to be here. Or they would say, oh, do you work here? I'd be left in the restaurant then while Dad went on deliveries, packing orders. You know, then you get the flirty eyes and the touching and be like, oh, well, there's not enough space there. Knowing that there was space there. Then my dad started working on the pizza shop next door. He renovated it. And a new face appeared, Robert Ali. I started talking to him. Then he started touching me sexually.
When you was 11?
When my dad would go, he would touch me sexually. And, you know, I thought, oh, it's normal. I'm a kid, I thought it was normal. And obviously then I started talking to him, meeting up with him on his days off or on my school holidays. One day my mum found out. She caught me texting him on the laptop and it stopped.
So your mum found out and it stopped?
Yeah.
But he'd been raping you?
Yeah.
And how old was he?
He was about 28.
Where would he rape you?
In his car.
You were 11?
Yeah.
So it started for you when you was just 11. And you said the police were involved?
Yeah. And my police officer was DC Joe Hayes.
And that's when you was 11?
Yeah.
So DC Joe Hayes was involved at the age of 11?
Yeah.
And did they arrest him? Barbali?
Investigations. He was bailed.
Okay.
And then about 6 months into the process, fell apart. So I was told.
But even if you were to not pursue the case, the police should have prosecuted him if they had. Did you give a statement? Were you
I did tell
a video statement?
I did 3 hours of video statement. They had my laptop, they had the phone.
All his messages?
Yeah.
And from that police investigation, so the charges were dropped.
Yeah. Everything was dropped.
When all this was blown back up with Telford, did the police come and speak to you about that case?
No.
Has anyone ever spoke to you about that case?
No.
But they did arrest that man at the time.
Yeah, and bailed him.
And his name?
Robert Ali.
Where's he now?
Birmingham.
He's living in Birmingham.
Because he tried contacting me again on Facebook.
Recent.
2018.
And he's in Birmingham. And what was you told when you was 11?
He was deported.
Now, before we go further into Nicole's story, it's time we heard a little more about one of the families in Telford. In fact, 2 brothers. Gulfrez Khan, also known as Gaz or Bugsy, and Mohammed Charlie Khan. There are a number of allegations in what follows, and we have been given the names of these 2 men by several girls. We want to be clear, nothing has been proven against either of them. Like the independent inquiry, though, we will be giving them the right to respond to the allegations made. Yeah, where would you be?
Up in the car.
With?
Either Mohammed Charlie Khan, Rizwan, Tariq, Mahmood, or Bugsy.
And how old was you?
12.
And what would they be doing when you're in the car?
They would talk to me about going to meet certain people, not to tell my dad if they told me to go to that person.
Okay.
So days off, I'd take them off for year long. And she'd be like, oh yeah, you can have the day off. And I'd go out. And going out, I'd drop drugs off, I'd meet certain people, drop money off to people.
When you were aged 13, 12 and 13, 4, who would you be doing these errands for?
It'd be either Bugsy, Mohammed Charlie Khan, or Aguil Khan. This boy's single, or this guy's single, well, not boy, but this guy's single. You know, maybe you should go meet him. And
This was Mohammed Charlie Khan,
Yeah.
and you was how old?
About 12, 13. And it became a vicious circle now, because if it wasn't Mohammed Charlie Khan, it was Gulfrez Khan.
So Mohammed Charlie Khan and Gulfrez Khan, did either of them rape you?
No.
But they were the ones that were telling you who you had to go and meet?
Yeah. So he would make me believe that, I had to do something,
No.
or I would be physically either beaten. He would
When you say
my parents or my dad
do something, you mean he would make you?
go and see perpetrators,
Okay.
be abused by perpetrators.
Okay. So he would be Charlie Khan.
Muhammad Charlie Khan, he was also a mental abuser. He would tell me to go and do things to perpetrators.
Who are the main people instructing you and telling you who you had to go and have sex with?
Muhammad Charlie Khan and Ghaffar Khan.
Do you know what Muhammad Charlie Khan does?
He's a solicitor, isn't he?
He's a solicitor.
He lives at.
So Muhammad Charlie Khan would tell you regularly the men that you had to go and meet when you were what age?
12, 13. And Ghaffar Khan was the same.
And that description sounds like Muhammad Charlie Khan was your pimp.
Yeah.
So you're controlled by these men for years.
Yeah. They were in control. They would supply the drugs. They would supply the money, all because they're money laundering.
So Charlie Khan and Ghaffar Khan were involved in the drugs.
Because they supply it.
They were supplying the drugs.
And their nephews supply it. So if they've got no funds and
who was the kingpin? Who was the main organiser?
Ghaffar Khan.
Ghaffar Khan. Do you know what position Ghaffar Khan holds now? You aware?
I don't.
No? He's the chair of the Telford Muslim Forum.
Believable. It's believable, isn't it? Man seems to have his fingers in many pies. And that's how we all see it.
Is he the fucker who's preaching about grooming in the mosque?
Muhammad Charlie Khan, his brother.
Okay, yeah, Muhammad. So he's, as far as everyone's aware, he's a pillar of that community.
Yes, yeah. And he will be like, oh, grooming's wrong, we don't believe in that. You're doing it.
Who are we insulting? Our religion, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah. Listen, these people who do bad things, their names come in the media, Muhammad, Abdul.
So, Jupes, that's the first part. The second one's coming. What did you think up to now, love?
I think it's sad. My initial reaction, if I'm totally truthful, is how can a father not notice that men are sort of like coming onto his daughter? But that doesn't make what happened right. Why would you let your 11-year-old be doing a full-grown adult's job? That does come into my head, but that doesn't negate what actually happened. I know that's really nasty, but you've asked what my opinions are. That's what I'm going to say. But taking that aside, it's disgusting. Yeah. It's disgusting that these people were making her run drugs and probably promising her as a sexual favour as well, that she probably doesn't realise. I mean, for them to be sending her to certain people that she ended up having to make love to, she comes across as someone that was very naive, but she was only 11. Let's remember that. And you're talking about a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
A fully grown man. Sleeping with an 11-year-old is absolutely fucking disgusting. I mean, technically, he's old enough to be her father.
Exactly, love. It's quite unbelievable, really.
We don't mind if Busker comes on. He's more than welcome to come on and explain what happened. Busker knows that he's always welcome here, even though he thingy. But like I said before, but thank you, Busker, for informing me what was going on with James Goddard when he doxed me. He knows I appreciate him. So if he wants to come on, he's more than welcome.
What, was he in the chat or something?
People are saying, please get him on. He got a strike or something. They want to understand what happened. But
well, I can't get him on if he's not in the chat.
Exactly. You need to go and get him. Go and get him. Tell him he can come on. Anyway, let's go to part 2.
I can't. I've got to upload it. I thought I'd done it and I hadn't. Fucking thing. Just have to chat.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So we're talking about 11-year-old child here. I don't know how many people have got children. Most of us have. 11-year-old is a baby. They're still cute. They're still... I mean, if you look at a child going to secondary school, it's around the age where you leave primary school into secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-pubescent, mostly. Most of them don't even have, but girls don't even have breasts at that age because, you know, they're still children. It's... And when you see...
what attracts these fucking monsters? I mean... What is it that attracts them to these little kids?
I can't tell you that. I don't understand it, Wendy, because as soon as I started having children very young, from age 18. I've always sort of like anyone that's my children's age mate, I see them as kids. So even now, when my eldest child is like in his mid-30s, anyone in their mid-30s, I still see them as children. It's kind of weird sometimes,
Mm.
you know, on a sort of like a sexual level, if you know what I mean. To me, if I knew someone my age involved with someone that was in their mid-30s, I would be disgusted, man or woman. So I don't know. I think Rabbit's probably right. They know who to target, and by the sounds of it, she was quite vulnerable because they knew that the parents weren't around. They knew the dad was there and wasn't noticing what they were doing, so they knew they could get away with it, basically. You know?
Yeah. Sorry. Right, it should be ready now. Silly me. But yeah, there was a lot. I mean, I don't think the turnout of people was as big as they thought it was going to be, to be honest.
But is that a good thing? I think it's a good thing. I mean, look, it's the middle of January. Who wants to go and stand in the cold? If it had been
not a lot of people. No.
Exactly. Also, it wasn't in London. You know, it was in Telford. So people would have had to have travelled. When it's something in London, it doesn't seem so far away. You know what I mean? On top of that, there has been a decimation of the movement, hasn't there? You know, what with people sort of like not liking Tommy and stuff like that. And I think people need to get over that. Even if you don't like Tommy, this is for the girls, and this is what people need to get into their head. This is for the girls. This is for the victims. You know, and that's why I'm glad that Tommy actually stood on stage and said, "If you don't like me, it's not about me." You know. So
I don't know. Just bear with me a minute, Jupiter, because I'm having a problem here with the. Oh, this seems to be it. Fucking hell. It was a right nightmare trying to record this, I tell you.
So, Kenny Evans says, well, police corruption, treason against your own people's children for what? Money and a middle-class lifestyle? The social contract between the classes is truly dead.
I don't know. I can't imagine why the police ignored it for so long. It just doesn't beggars belief, to be honest.
I think there's more than one reason. I think there was backhanders. I think there probably was prejudice where some people were known to each other. We've seen it on these channels where if someone they like does something, they will overlook it, but then call out somebody who does it on the other side. We see it plenty of times. I hate it here. Said he did a recording from 4 streams.
Yeah, Simon, bad, wasn't it?
But I do think that, yeah. So I do think there's backhanders. I do think it was prejudice. I do think that there was a kind of stigma going around that these girls had consented to sex and therefore couldn't be rape victims, even though they were below the age of being able to competently make a decision. On top of that, they had Gordon Brown that did direct all the police force not to prosecute if they consented, even if they were underage. And on top of that, you had the police corruption, the council corruption, and the social workers corruption.
So what about the other prime ministers then? Because we're talking 40 years here. So like Blair, who was before Blair? There was oh God, what was his name? In with the big glasses, wasn't it?
Well, him, Jack Straw. Jack Straw, for his little bit of time, he did actually call it out. I remember.
No, he was never prime minister. He was
he did
Home Secretary. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
John Major, he was prime minister. And it must have been going on when Thatcher was prime minister too.
Well, yeah, you would have thought so by the timing that they're saying.
So
absolutely disgusting. But if you hear what Manny Cinder says at the end in his speech, twice Parliament have been given big folders of sexual predators, and somehow these folders go missing.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? How everything goes missing. It's when they have inquiries, and then all of a sudden we've lost the information. Can't find it. Oh dear. And all the rest of it. But for this to have been going on, and that particular young girl, at the age of 11 and 12, being raped. And nobody thought that was a bit strange. Nobody thought that was like against the law. The police didn't think it was against the law. Nobody thought it was against the law.
Well, they all seem to have this carefree attitude that if you're 11 and 13 and you agree to have sex with somebody that's older than you, that you've consented, but you can't consent if you're not old enough to realise what you're consenting to.
Exactly.
It's
and
illegal.
At 11, you're not old enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if it's illegal, it's illegal. I mean, 11-year-old girl, how can an 11-year-old girl really understand what she's about to do with a 28-year-old man?
Well, she can't.
And I don't want to go into details, but depending on how caring and that they were towards her, it could have been quite traumatic that first time.
That'd be funny, Jude, but I think every time would have been fucking dramatic. And why these people being left to walk the streets and not get punished? I mean, at the end of that first video, Tommy said that none of them have actually been convicted of anything. These two guys that got the young men, or the men, to rape this young girl, they haven't even been prosecuted.
Well, no, because what they've done is they've gone after the actual groomers instead of going after the groomers and the traffickers. You see, this is what happens a lot. Traffickers are getting away with a load of stuff. I mean, we would call them pimps in the old days. They were pimps. So these people are the ones that solicited the girl. These people are the ones that should be done for that as pimps.
Look at this question.
Right, if they don't know, then they shouldn't be in this country.
Yeah, I'm not even
No,
going to answer it.
That should be one of the fucking things in the UK citizens' life test, to be honest.
I mean, if you don't know that without asking, yeah. Oh, Victoria, you don't know about the DNA of the baby yet. Okay. It'll be in the next video. Not long to go. It's 7 minutes remaining. Sorry, guys, but you really have no idea what a headache. I mean, I literally threw my phone at one point in the bedroom and shut the door on it. So to say, I don't want to look at you.
So Jan said, in my country, the age is 14. Well, that's disgusting.
Well, are you in your country right now? Yeah. Jan?
You see, and this is the problem. When we get foreigners that move to this country from elsewhere, they seem to think they can live as they did in their own country. No. When you're in Rome, you do as the fucking Romans do. You come here, you've got to abide by our laws.
Oh, he's in Serbia.
Yeah, well, don't come here if you think you can have sex with 14.
Well, you can't have sex with 14-year-olds. Well, you're not supposed to. It's against the law with 14-year-olds in this country. It's very true. Just because they step onto the land of Great Britain, it doesn't mean it changes their mindset or their culture, Jupiter. I've always said that. They bring it all with them, yeah. And just like Jedi, they target white girls. See what I mean? They literally target white women. Well, white little girls, 11.
Nobody should be targeted for their skin colour, no one.
Well, yeah, but they do, because it says in their silly book, doesn't it?
What, to target white girls? I think that's going a bit far. I think.
Yeah, no, it says
unbelievers. You can have.
Yeah, the kuffar.
Yeah.
Kuffar. So how come it's not other girls then? How come it's always white girls? Or the Sikh girls?
There are. I know it's not as well known, but there are cases of Muslim girls, believe it or not. But that's very rare. But there are also cases of black girls and Sikh girls. You know,
yeah, there are about the Sikh girls. Yeah,
there are cases to do with black girls, Wendy, but very, very rare. But there are cases. But black children are more at risk of the country lines people, the gang banging that way. It's quite sad what happened to our country with all this shit, you know.
Yeah, well, we were never asked, were we? It's as simple as that. We were never asked for all this immigration. We the public, we were never fucking asked. It just landed. It's just come.
Right, yeah. And first of all, we don't know what race her dad is. She could be mixed race for all we know, like a half Indian. We don't know what race the dad was. That's number one. Number two, yeah, I do think it was pretty irresponsible allowing her to work at age 11, but that doesn't mean you're permitted to rape her, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but what if, I'm not being funny, right? So you're living in a community, yeah? And you're building up a relationship with these people you are working for, right? He's a delivery driver, isn't he, or something? He takes his daughter into work. And I can see how it happened. So they're building up a friendship. They're getting to know, right? Only dad's too busy, and dad doesn't notice the looks that the 11-year-old is getting from the people working in the whatever shop she was working in.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. It's obvious to me how it happened. That the dad thought he was building up like some sort of friendship with his employer. And lo and behold, they had other ideas for his daughter.
Yeah. Bloody Iceland shop's just turned up. It's meant to be this afternoon, fucking cheek. I wouldn't mind. I don't normally have Iceland, so I'm a bit pissed off.
Oh, why did you have to have Iceland then?
No, I just thought I'd get some extra freezer stuff, so I just used them instead of going into Sainsbury's and getting all of it. I only really needed frozen stuff. And so I used them thinking, oh, well, they're a frozen shop. You know, they do delivery. Just do them.
Yeah.
And they haven't, fucking hell. Won't be doing them again.
Why? Didn't they not keep on time?
No.
Oh, that's not good.
This afternoon and they didn't turn up till now. I mean, imagine if we'd have been dependent on that. It's disgusting.
Wow, yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I can see how, you know, if he was taking his daughter to work, you know, he thought he was building up a friendship with the people he was working with. It just disgusts me that people like to point fingers, and fact is, she was raped at the age of 11. There's no other way, and that is against the law. So why was nothing done about it? It's as simple as that. Even if she consented, at 11, right? There have been cases where young men of 16 who've had sex with like 14-year-olds have been prosecuted, Jupiter, because the girl is not of age. She's not 16.
Exactly. Look, this is where people have got to stop being fucking. Sometimes you have to be definitive in your thinking and make a decision. And if there's a law, and that law's set in stone, that you can't have sex under the age of 16, and someone has sex with them, whether they're in love, whether they're going to stay together, whether it's the girl consented or not, you should be done for it. And then it'll stop them doing it, won't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least cut it down. You're always going to get one arsehole who still takes the risk. You know, but it would only come to the police attention if you report it, which means that you believe that it wasn't consensual. You know. You can't get married at age 16, so why should you be having sex?
Yeah, that's true.
You still got to ask your parents' permission to get married between 16 and 18. So why should you be having sex under 16?
Yeah, we're on 98%, so it won't be long.
Lady Pauline said I was lucky to get a delivery. She waited till 11 last night for Asda. Phoned them up.
Oh, yeah, I've done that before. Had a really late one.
Well, normally I go Sainsbury's and I get everything. Do you know what I mean? In the same place. But because you stock up over Christmas and stuff,
yeah,
it was really only the frozen stuff that I needed to top up, if you know what I mean. So
I hate food shopping. Absolutely hate
it. You are funny.
I do. I hate it. You know, it takes me all of 3 minutes to order what I want. Yeah, that'll do. I haven't been in a supermarket for years.
Cam's just got here. She said, for fuck's sake, I can't find your channel. It's very hard to find.
Oh, what? Wendy Woo 2? Yeah. I had to use this, though, Jubes, because a lot of people were saying, oh, we only would play, last night. If anyone plays this, what we're going to watch in a minute, why is it? Yeah. Strike them.
Who said that?
Well, we had her, you know, strike. And just other people, and it is a bit iffy. We all know it is. It's and I thought, well, rather this channel go down than the main one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's pathetic, though.
Wasn't it weird how Busker went down, Welshman went down, but because Manny's independent and obviously is using something else, he didn't. Yeah,
He was
strange.
doing
Huh?
it to his own site, weren't he?
Yeah.
And because we were streaming his own site, they haven't got an algorithm to pick up.
Oh, right. Is that how it works out? Is it? Don't know. Rightio. Is it ready? I think it may be. Yeah. So the first, hang on, the first 5 minutes, the screen is going to remain covered.
Oh, Manny, do you want to come on and talk about your little speech? I thought you'd done really well. Manny's here.
Oh, right. But yeah, like I was saying, the first 5 minutes, has he got home already then?
He must have done. He said I had a few pages to finish off, but kept it short because the cold got to him. See, I told her, the older you get, you don't want to be standing out in the cold. That's what put me off going up. If it was summertime,
Yeah.
I might have actually gone up and stayed in a hotel.
No, Manny, you and Banksy did a great job, and whoever else was there helping you. You did a great job today. You were the only ones who managed to get the full stream through.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, so guys, I was just saying, for the first 5 minutes, I'll have to cover the screen because certain people keep on ringing, and I don't want I don't want names and numbers shown. So, but you'll be able to hear it clearly, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
All right. Right, let's get to...
And I did that. She's me, she's the double of me.
Cover it then.
So I look at her and I think, you're my strength. You're my rock.
Wendy, cover it then.
Oh, I haven't covered it with my mind.
I don't. If they're going to have me, they're going to have me. But don't hurt my kids.
Okay, if we can just rewind back to again.
Cover it.
So when you were pregnant, you've had an abortion, the police are involved, you're 13 years old.
Yeah.
There's possibly two men that could have been the father.
Yeah. Which was Aguil Khan,
Yeah.
Natasha Brookfield.
And did you find out who the father was?
It was only after the fetus was sent for DNA that it came back that it was Aguil Khan.
Okay. So there was a 100% DNA match on Aguil Khan. So when you've gone through this police investigation, so you've given a statement, you've sat down with the police. Did they make an arrest?
Not straight away.
No. How long did it take for them to arrest him?
About 3 months, but then he was bailed. And then I had all the threats.
From?
Aguil Khan.
Aguil Khan was threatening. So whilst on bail, he was threatening you.
Yeah, I was a fat bitch, I was all the rest of it. Why did I go and open my mouth? I would get what's coming to me.
Did you tell the police about the threats?
They had it on messages.
They had the threats on messages. What did they do?
Nothing. Clearly, they haven't done nothing.
And am I right that he was given no further action? Old child.
Yeah. But there was a DNA match.
There's a 100% DNA match on the fetus.
It makes you think because there was Bhairaj Singh. Yes, I had interactions with him sexually. He got charged, but someone that has a full DNA match is an NFA.
What reason was given?
I don't know, Tom. I didn't have the paperwork.
Because you was a child.
What
reason was you told?
I wasn't.
No.
They haven't sat down with me and showed me any file on what.
The police haven't.
But if someone, like Barraj Singh, you meet, you have sexual contact, whatever, can get a prison sentence.
How long did he get?
I think he got 2 years.
So Barraj Singh, an adult male, got 2 years for raping who was a child.
He was younger than Akil Khan.
So when you give the police a statement that listed, let's say, how many men do you think in your catalogue that you give to the police were listed as criminal activities towards you?
He was like 16.
16. And out of those 16, do you mind if I ask the national, were they?
They were Asian.
They were all Asian. And Mr. Singh.
He was obviously a Sikh.
So he's a Sikh. So out of the 16, would there be 15 Muslims and 1 Sikh?
Yeah.
And who was prosecuted out of that list?
Barraj Singh.
Just the Sikh.
Yeah.
Wow.
As far as you're aware. Just the Sikh
I
fella.
couldn't be 100% because I
where
haven't
they-
been told anything.
No, that's fine.
But I know Barraj Singh did.
And he went to jail. Further action in NFA. We'll move on to the police shortly. Let's just understand how these men terrify young girls. There are 5 dead females at the hands of these gangs in Telford alone.
19 years ago, Tasnim Lowe's home was destroyed in a fire.
Police in Shropshire have begun a murder inquiry after a suspected arson attack in which a mother and her 2 teenage daughters were killed.
I was found wrapped in a blanket under an apple tree. I got a bit of fire on my face.
In that fire, Tasnim lost her grandmother, her aunt, her mum, and then her dad, when he was convicted of their triple murder.
The children
Oh my God.
threat you will end up like Lucy Lowe. We also have Becky Watson and Vicky Round, who are 2 other young girls who have died because of the actions of these gangs.
Also, Gufraz Khan didn't physically abuse me, but he was mentally abusing me. Like if I said I wouldn't do something.
So was Gufraz Khan giving you, telling you who you had to sleep?
Yeah. He knew about Cam Khan, and he bribed me and said, if you don't sleep with him, I'm going to tell your dad everything.
Can you tell me what do you think of the power that all of these men you're naming? What sort of power do they hold in that area?
They're very high up. They're well known. They run Wellington. They run Oaken Gates. And anybody that knows anything about them, they will do anything to hurt them.
So they are violent.
They are violent people, and if you don't do what they say, they'll do things to you. I remember, Tom, they used a car to run someone over, and it was hidden behind the restaurant for months.
To take it back to when you were 13, from 11 to 13 or 14, just how scared, when you're going to have to meet these men, how scared are you?
I was petrified, and I would play hell if they wouldn't let me go. My parents. If my parents wouldn't let me go out, I'd play hell. Because I know when I did go, the consequences.
Which were?
It would be people, and they would hurt me, Tom.
Physically?
Physically hurt me. And I'd have bruises. I'd come home, go straight in the bath. I'd shut everyone out. Because I knew if my parents said no, you weren't going out, they would hurt me. So I would kick off a big fuss to go.
How would they treat you when they... Well, was this a matter of old men having sex with a young child?
It was more like...
Were they physically violent during... whilst raping you?
Yeah,
Were they in this
it was violent and, it's horrible. It's just torture. And I felt I was tortured all the time. It wasn't the fact that, they fill your head with nonsense. Oh, she's pretty, she's blah, oh, she hasn't made an effort today. you know, you had to look a certain way all the time. So if I didn't have like my makeup or whatever, I'd kick off.
So we've heard how the police took no further action against Barbara Ali for raping Nicole when she was 11. We've heard how the police took no further action against Akil Khan when they had DNA proof that he had raped Nicole when she was just 13. What is going on?
I'll tell you my motive with this, just to be straight, is if these men are not going to get prosecuted, I've heard from you, I've heard from lots of girls, I want the whole country to know who they are. I want them to know where their businesses are. And I also want to shine a light on the fact of the police failure and why was there a police failure. What do you know of an allegation that the police were being paid?
By Dodgy Eye in it.
Can you explain? Can you tell me what you know?
I remember the envelope.
You remember?
And it was a very big envelope, and it was for Gulfraz Khan. He was supposed to go to prison, and this envelope was passed down the table, and the evidence was lost.
So Gulfraz Khan was supposed to go to prison for, do you know what crime?
Money laundering.
Money laundering. And was this when you were working in the restaurant?
Yeah.
Tell me what you witnessed.
There was a lot of people that night. There was Dad, there was Tariq Mahmood, there was Rizwan Hussein, I think his name is. There was Munchie, there was Bugsy, there was Charlie, there was Akil Khan, and then there was this police officer.
Can you describe him?
He's quite tall. He had grey hair, dodgy eye, slim build. It's about maybe 6 foot tall.
Was he stood at the bar with them, at the table with them?
He sat at the table because they'd all just finished eating.
He was eating with them as well?
Yeah.
And you witnessed?
Bugsy, he went into the main restaurant.
Yep.
And he come back with a brown envelope. And when I say brown envelope, it was stacked.
Yep.
I couldn't even close it. And he passed it in. 10 minutes after he passed it in, he disappeared. A week later, Bugsy sat in my dad's car. And he was bragging, saying, "Oh, I'm not going to prison, Mark. All my problems have gone away." But he removed his names off his properties.
At that time? And Bugsy is
Gulfraz Khan. And he moved them into Manjit Singh's name, which is his wife, but one off.
At which point did you know that the man sat around the table with them was a police officer?
I'd met him.
You met him?
I'd met him.
When?
When I went to an interview.
So you went to give an interview about men who had been raping you, and that's when you met the man with the dodgy eye, the same man you'd seen previously receiving money. Do you know that German man's name?
I'm not sure of his name. Yeah, I am. Jim Bayliss.
His name's Jim Bayliss?
Yeah.
So you witnessed Jim Bayliss take money?
It's calm. In 2014, we were taken to the middle floor of Mallinsgate Police Station to a meeting in regards to the progress of this case. When I walked into that meeting, I recognised this man. This man got a dodgy left eye, slick back grey hair, tartan jacket, white shirt, open. And the first words he said was, "Take as much information off that man before he leaves this building." And he left. The penny dropped. I remembered him from Oaken Gates, Spice Lounge. He took the payout, the payday, from Gulfraz Khan. That man was under investigation for money laundering, tax evasion, trafficking of drugs, trafficking of girls. And the whole investigation of 5 years completely collapsed.
Have you ever mentioned any of this to any police officers?
I was too scared, for my protection.
Can I ask, why do you think, say for example, you know that over 200 men have been named to the police involved in raping children like yourself, many girls like yourself.
that only a handful have been prosecuted. What do you think that is?
I think it's all about status.
What do you mean?
If you have a status, like a high status, or you've got a bit of money, and you can pass a bit of money around.
So you believe it's because of corruption?
Yeah.
You believe corruption in the local police has prevented prosecutions?
I do. I believe that these people I've named, higher names like Gulfraz Khan and Mohammed Charlie Khan, they've got a bit of money, so they've got a status. Pass a bit of money, things are lost.
But let's not rely on the Coles view. Let's listen to another view. This superb segment by Patrick Christis on the failures of the police and the media.
Grooming gangs have not gone away. They're not a thing of the past. While police and politicians bury their heads in the sand and worry about being called racist, up and down the country, vulnerable young girls are being systematically abused on an industrial scale by predominantly South Asian men. The scale of the problem is absolutely vast. We've had instances in Rotherham, Rochdale, Huddersfield, Aylesbury, Newcastle, Keighley, Oxford, Telford, Manchester. In that case, Greater Manchester Police identified more than 800 members of that gang. When the initial Rotherham grooming gang scandal broke, I think it shocked people. A report into it unearthed that an estimated 1,400 children had been sexually abused in Rotherham between 1997 and 2013 by predominantly British Pakistani men. The abuse included gang rape, forcing children to watch rape, dousing them with petrol and threatening to set them on fire, threatening to rape their mothers and younger sisters, trafficking them to other towns. There were pregnancies, one at age 12, terminations, miscarriages, babies raised by their mothers, babies being removed, and of course, trauma caused and lives shattered forever. And it doesn't just stop with police. It runs right through the media. When the Telford grooming scandal happened, it was, at the time, the UK's largest ever child exploitation case. How did the BBC report it? They put it as a secondary story on their local Shropshire page on their news site. So if you wanted to find out about the UK's largest ever grooming scandal, you had to go to the local news section of the BBC website and scroll down a bit. Presumably this, again, is because they didn't want to stoke racial tensions. But isn't there already racism involved? Reporting the facts is not racist. Predominantly South Asian grooming gangs systematically targeting young, vulnerable white girls because there is a sense, in my opinion anyway, that they're lesser than other people or that they don't matter as much. I'd argue there's an element of racism involved in that, isn't there? Our reporter Kevin Larkin revealed live on GB News yesterday that in Rotherham, there are apparently multiple cases of child sexual exploitation taking place, and it appears, although police and the local council vehemently deny this, that the investigation into this is half-baked to say the least. There is an allegation that police have been told about a property where CSE takes place after 10 p.m. And apparently they sent a police officer around at 6 p.m. and concluded that nothing bad was going on. Instead of treating the tens of thousands of vulnerable child victims as an inconvenience, why don't police treat them for what they really are? Human beings who are being broken.
Doing nothing for the victims for fear of being called racist is racist. Racist against the vulnerable white girls being targeted by these Pakistani Muslim men. Doing nothing for the victims for the sake of community cohesion. Well, it does the opposite. It destroys trust in public institutions and it fuels rage in all those who can see the truth. GB News sees the racism, the incompetence. It hasn't yet seen the police corruption. One last thing, one more thing. I have to be 100% sure that the Jim Bayliss we've identified and we've found is the one that Nicole has made allegations against. So we need to go catch up with Nicole one more time so she can identify him. We've just got one more. I think this was important, like, I'm 100% sure about it, you think. In our interview, you named a senior police officer. But I need to know that we're 100%, yeah? I want to ask if you can look at those pictures, yeah? Take your time, don't rush it, and tell me if you recognise any of these men as being the man that you saw at that table. Take your time.
This one.
This one, 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000%.
1,000%?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I I'm sorry for doing this. I mean, I have to be 100% before I make an approach.
That's absolutely fine.
Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. And just like in other towns and cities up and down the country, we know it's still happening here. Listen to this recent Facebook post in Telford. It took just 2 minutes to find online, and I'm sure there's plenty more.
Do not get into a go-kart taxi on your own. This evening, I was on my way home and the driver went such an unusual way to how they normally do. I didn't really think anything of it at first. I just thought maybe he goes a different route that he prefers. But then we ended up going the complete opposite way to where I had requested. He then powers off the phone that was tracking where we were going and pulls up into some building estate, not a clue where, turns the engine off and looks at me. Me being me, got straight out of the car and walked to the closest sign I could find and rang my mum. He then pulls up alongside me and repeatedly tells me to get back in. I mentioned the fact I'm on the phone to my mum and he speeds off. It was a very scary encounter and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Please be careful when booking with go-cars and do not get in on your own.
The accounts from Nicole's years of abuse at the hands of these men are heartbreaking and they're endless. Remember, apart from the DNA evidence that Akil raped Nicole when she was 13 years old, nothing's been proven. So we think it's time to ask Gulfrez Khan, Mohammed Charlie Khan and Akil Khan for their side of the story. We must also question Jim Bayliss about the accusations of corruption that he's been working with these gangs. A brief on what this is, yeah? We've spent the last 12 months investigating rape gangs in the town of Telford. We've sat down with multiple victims. For example, this is the story of one victim. Every name you see written in black is the name of a man that has raped her. One child this is. We've sat down with multiple victims, okay? And we've got over 200 names of perpetrators. We know of over 200 men that have been involved in rape in this town. We have the targets you'll see here. We have many targets, many family trees. Just so you understand, these men the allegations are these men control the drugs in the town, they control the prostitution, they're heavily involved in violence, okay? Today's targets. Gaz Khan, he is the leader of the Telford Muslim Forum. They're all high ranking, yeah? Charlie Khan is a solicitor and he preaches in the mosque. Akil Khan, he's impregnated a 13-year-old child. None of them have been charged, none have been arrested. We understand why when we got into this investigation, because we have allegations that a former senior police officer in Telford has been spotted with these gang leaders, has been taking money off them. I need to know every single detail about all of these men. I need to know where they live. We need positive IDs on them. We need to make sure that we know it's the right house. I want to see where they are. I want trackers on their cars. I want you to follow them. I want you to get up close to them. Every single one of their moves, yeah? We're starting on these, but we've got dozens of targets. We started off, we were going to do a film just on Telford, but we want to tell each individual victim's story now, because there's so many targets to highlight. So if we can, we'll start there. We just start, get out, we'll meet again. I just need to know every single thing about them, because the purpose of this is for me to give these men a right to reply. There's allegations at all of them, not by one victim, yeah? By multiple victims who do not know each other. That's the point. So we need to see what they've got to say, and I think the British public will want to know who these men are.
Is there a shortcut to the hotel? Give her that number at 7 o'clock to contact me.
This is Akil. He's coming. come out of his house. This is the vehicle of one of our surveillance teams. Now, the reason why this is so important is they can get up close. They have zooming cameras at the front, zooming cameras at the back. We can position ourselves near any of their houses. We can identify specifically there's them. This is important because I need to make sure I'm approaching the right people with these serious allegations. This is where the film gets interesting. I cannot publish these allegations against these men without giving them their right to reply. So we're going to go find them. We're going to see what each one of them have got to say about the allegations being made against them. Let's go.
Stand by. X-ray +1 are out. Moving to their car. They've entered their car and they're pulling off. Orange 1, over to you.
That's in there. Yeah, just see him go past. That's the tree, yeah. Got it. That's great. Well, hell no. Has he just turned? He's getting that up. Yeah, okay. Bugsy, how you doing, mate? My name's Tommy Robinson. I've got to ask you some questions about my documentary, The Rape of Britain. We have serious allegations from children who say that you were involved in the rape and prostitution of them, that you were a kingpin having them trafficked. Well, can we talk? I've got some questions. We have accusations that you trafficked young children. You trafficked young children. You were the kingpin. You chose who they were raped by. You prostituted them. What is your relationship with Inspector Jim Bayliss? Bugsy, what is your relationship with Inspector Jim Bayliss? This man, what we need to know is that these children, these are allegations against this man, and the allegations have come in from children who have fled the country. These children are in hiding. They're a decade on. They're suicidal. They're damaged, mentally, physically, destroyed, And these men, all the many allegations against, just so people know, are living the life, driving their sports cars, living in big houses, and have the rule of this town still. They haven't been driven from their town. None of these people in hiding like our victims are. So their allegations, you're going to see the allegations. You're going to see Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, Series 5. And so we know there are multiple victims who do not know each other who have alleged this man has trafficked them throughout this town. Come on, let's go.
Right.
Whereabouts? So is he in KFC car park, yeah?
He's right at the drive-through. He can't get out.
Can I ask you some questions? How you doing? I'm doing a film about the rape of a generation of our daughters in Telford. I've seen you give seminars in the mosque, against grooming.
Yeah.
It's quite admirable.
Mate, listen, I know you are. Listen.
Yeah.
I'm against anybody breaking the law. The police are there to get the evidence and bring people to justice. I've got nothing to say. I'm a British citizen. I'm born here. I know you have your opinions about people from my ethnic background, but I see this as my country.
Okay. So can I ask you this?
I've got nothing to say to you.
I'll just ask you this one question. Come on. Why would 3 individual girls who do not know each other all be telling me and giving me statements that you have been involved in their grooming, in their trafficking, and in their prostitution? 3 girls that do not know each other in this town. Why would they be telling me that, Charlie?
Listen, this is complete a lie. I have never, ever been involved in any of this business or anything like that. I've been married for over 20-something years. People who know me can vouch. I've never, ever been...
I'm asking that question again. Why would 3 girls who do not know each other say that you've been involved? I'll give you one scenario. You dragged a girl in the room, you threw her on the floor, and freshly migrants come in one by one and gang raped her.
Listen, mate.
What do you have to say to that allegation, Charlie?
I have got nothing to say to you.
What's your relationship with Inspector Bayliss, Charlie?
Who?
Inspector Bayliss.
I've got nothing to say
What's
to
your
you.
relationship with Inspector Bayliss?
I don't know what you're on about.
I'll ask you again, why would girls who do not know each other, give me your name as being involved in grooming them, trafficking them, and prostituting them?
I have never, ever heard of this. I've never, ever, as I said to you, I've been married. I've been loyal with my wife. I'm happily married.
You're going to get to see these allegations on screen on the Rape of Britain documentary.
You're a liar. You're making this up. I unequivocally deny all this. I don't know what you're on about. You're just you go around making false allegations against people, innocent people, and you're trying to make bogus claims against people. Okay, I don't know what you're on about.
I'll tell you again, Charlie.
Listen,
just so you understand.
You better move away.
Just so you understand, it's not me making bogus claims. Yeah.
Well, listen.
I'm a journalist putting this together.
You're not a journalist. You're a racist.
Okay.
You're a racist.
It's girls that do not know each other, Charlie. All naming you.
I don't care.
Why would they do that?
Listen,
What reason? Come on.
I've never ever been involved in any of this business. This is a complete utter lie. You're a troublemaker. You're a liar. It's been proved you're a liar. You're a criminal. You got a criminal record. I don't have a criminal record, mate. Right? I don't care what you listen. Yeah, okay.
Everyone's going to see who you are.
Yeah. You
might have got away with it for a decade. You might have thought you were smart. Yeah. You might have thought you had police officers on your payroll, right?
Well, you're on about payroll. I'm not in a situation to pay people money. I don't have that kind of money. What you talking about? You liar.
So how come I have children saying you're involved in drug dealing? I have statements saying you're involved in drug dealing.
Move out the way, you liar. This is a complete lie. What nephews are you on about? I'm a married man. I'm happily married.
Why would forget being me here asking the questions, yeah? Why would girls who do not know each other?
I've just been blocked. Can you move out the way?
Mate, I'm just here to ask you questions. I'm just asking.
You're trying to kidnap me or something?
I'm not trying to kidnap you. I'm just asking.
You've got no right to do this, okay?
I don't have a right to ask you questions. You're in a public space. From this space. I have two witnesses who saw you at Spice Lounge restaurant taking envelopes of money off of Gulfrest Khan and Mohammed Charlie Khan. What do you have to say to those allegations? Mr. Bayliss, this is your right to reply. Over 200 men's names were identified by your police investigation, but only 11 were charged. Why is that? Did you have anything to do with the case's collapsing? Mr. Bayliss, this is your opportunity to answer the questions. You have nothing to say. Do you think men should have been prosecuted for the rape of children in Telford? Did you play your part in making sure they didn't? Mr. Bayliss. Inspector Bayliss, this is your opportunity to answer questions. Why did you leave the police force? I have eyewitnesses who saw you taking envelopes of money off of Pakistani gangsters in the Spice Lounge restaurant in Oakengates. What do you have to say to those allegations? What are you hiding from, Mr. Bayliss? You've took your name off the electoral roll. You've gone invisible since 2019. Why did you leave the police force before your pension? You're not going to answer anything. Is this your version of a no-comment interview, Mr. Bayliss? Seriously, this is your opportunity to answer. I have witnesses who place you sitting round a table with Mohammed Charlie Khan, Gulfrest Khan, all known Pakistani gangsters from Telford. You're sat at a table with them receiving envelopes. What were in those envelopes? Have you took money to collapse cases? Is that why you left the police force 2 years ago, and is that why you're now in hiding? What is your relationship with Gulfrest Khan?
Look at him.
What's your relationship?
Smirking the
What's your relationship with Mohammed Charlie Khan? Are they your friends? Did they use you to escape justice in Telford? Nothing to say. Nothing at all to say. If you do fancy the right to reply at any time, you will know how you contact me. No? Come on. We've asked our questions. Are you alright? Turn it down. Come on. Inspector Bayliss, if you've been involved in corruption, it will come out. Let me be clear again. No charge has been brought against Gulfrest Khan or Mohammed Charlie Khan, and they both deny the allegations being made against them. Although we know Akil...
Right, so let's into part 2, Wendy Woo.
Yeah, that's more or less it, love. Yeah.
Yeah. So, they've got one suspect who 100% definitely raped her because there was a baby produced, a fetus.
Yeah.
But they didn't charge him.
Nope.
They charged the other one that they didn't have much evidence on.
Yeah. That fucking policeman at the end, that ex-policeman at the end, he really fucking... Yeah.
Yeah, on the take. He's on the take. It's
Mm.
obvious he's on the take. Well, I hope that town knows what to do.
I wonder if the police will take in this documentary as evidence and actually work on it. I mean, and give some justice to that young girl. Young woman now. Sorry.
It's just disgusting. It's frustrating. I mean, apparently there was a whole list of men and the only one they charged was a Sikh.
Not surprising when you think about it, is it, Troops? Do you know what I mean? The way they work, it's not really surprising. I mean, I just hope all this work that Tommy Robinson's done isn't futile, and that it does get some action is taken on the back of it against these people. I mean, look at the cars they've got. Look at the way they live. Where this young woman has to leave the country, can't go back, and mother's had to go into fucking hiding, and the police are doing nothing. Then we get the grinning, the fucking laughing policeman at the end. Wow.
Absolutely pathetic. So, Adashini, India. Don't call Wendy honey. She's not your honey. Okay? Have some respect. We're ladies. We're mature ladies. You can't fucking sweet talk or coerce us.
No.
We're not interested in 1275. The first age of consent was set in England at age 12 because we don't live in 1275.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've moved on. We've progressed.
And people lived to the age of what back then? 30. So, yeah. What are you trying to say? Yeah. We don't live by those rules anymore, It's called progressing and moving on, evolving. We don't believe in it.
You might live in the Middle Ages. We don't.
Why do these people do that? I don't get it. I don't get why they state these stupid things.
Because they think it's making a point that in the 12th century, in the 13th century, everybody was sleeping with girls at 12. Yes, we know. But some people gained new knowledge, realised that it wasn't good for the women, realised that actually it was doing an immense physical, emotional and mental harm, and that actually they weren't old enough or competent enough to make decisions because they were still children. We've moved on.
Why does he walk around wearing shirts
The country's just rife with it. And I think what this documentary in today really has given is a little nudge, to wake everyone up again. The country's just rife with it, and they're being allowed to just walk away.
Victoria said, since the premieres, 4 new girls have come forward in Telford.
Unbelievable. And you've got to hold the police responsible as well. You've really they've got to be held responsible for their inaction against these people.
You see, what it is as well, though, Wendy, is, let's be honest about it. If you had it happen to your child, yeah, to try and protect them, you don't go around telling everybody.
No.
Because, as you know, like on these platforms, you will have arseholes that will mock, deride, ridicule, slander.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so you keep it to yourself. And that's part of the problem. When you keep it So you see, even though you report it to the police, you keep it to yourself. Your local community doesn't really know what's gone on or what's happened. Only the police know, the perpetrator, and the victim. And that's that's how the police have been able to take full advantage of that. If you're a corrupt police officer, take kickbacks, drop the case, and the victim who's so embarrassed and ashamed of herself is not going to tell people because she doesn't want to be mocked, derided, slandered, slinks off into the wilderness with all her problems on her shoulders. That's part of the problem. That's part of it.
Well, I hope her doing this documentary has maybe helped her get rid of some of her demons that must be with her on a daily basis.
She's brave to stand up. She's brave. And I don't blame her for moving away, to be honest. I don't.
No, not at all. No, she'd never be safe in her hometown, and she did the right thing by leaving the country. It's wrong. Don't get me, it's wrong that she's had to do that. But obviously, when the police are just sitting there twiddling with pencils, they don't care. They're not interested.
Backhanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, we need to root out all these police officers that were involved, and they need to get sentences. And all of them need to have longer sentences. I mean, 2 years for child rape is not long enough in my book. Some of them are walking even. Some are getting suspended. No. They should be getting life. And I think anybody that took backhanders and were involved in it, anybody that was trafficking, just because you weren't the one that did the rape, well, you were the one that passed it on.
No, they're as much. Yeah.
You're the one who probably benefited the most cash-wise as well. So, you should be getting a long sentence as well. Social workers, teachers, anyone that knew what was going on and can be found to be complicit, you should be getting a longer sentence and all.
Yeah, Anna and Cam have both agreed on something, and I got to agree too. Absolutely correct, Cam. Community as we knew it, is long gone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's gone because it's been took away. It's been took away and replaced with a community we don't recognize, a community of people who don't think like we do, who have a different mindset to us.
Raj wants to come on. Raj wants
Yeah. This is the problem. They come into this country. I mean, when that pig in the car was saying, "Oh, I'm a British citizen. I'm sorry, Duke, but that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it for me. He's not acting like one. He's not behaving like one. Oh, I've been married 20 years. That means nothing.
Being married to somebody when you're allowed to have more than one wife don't really mean that much anyway, because you believe you can have sex with more than one woman. So you can understand it wouldn't be much of a stretch if you believe that by your religion you can have more than one wife, and you've got the mindset that you can sleep with more than one person, not have the full understanding of commitment to one person. Then your book also tells you that you can have sex with kuffars. Why wouldn't you do that and all?
Of course.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi, love. Hi. We've had to hide. Yeah, we've had to hide out on Wendy Woo too, not on the main channel.
Yeah. What did you think of that? The event went pretty well.
Well,
from what I saw,
I'm really proud of Banksy and Manny, because they were the only ones left streaming. The others all got shut down.
Oh, did they? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, literally got shut off.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I wonder how he managed to get away with that.
Because
he was independent, wasn't he?
He's what?
On site.
Yeah, it was close by, but how come the other guys got shut down though?
Well,
Oh, by the police.
Yeah, I don't know. They couldn't stream anymore. The only one left was Manny and Banksy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of say. Do you mind if I tell you that now? I can say what happened. Because I was saying, oh, something's going to happen. Obviously, you know, the Manny situation. What I was talking about. I know some people might. Oh, that's a bit of a letdown. Nah, I'm proud of it, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm proud of Manny as well when he was saying his little bit, and he mentioned Raj Singh Robinson or whatever.
Yeah. So what happened was you know, last week I got a call from Richard.
Oh, okay. Tyrant Finder was still streaming as well. That's strange, then, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what happened? Now I can really say is I got a call from Richard Inman the other day, like a week ago, and they wanted me to give a speech. Unfortunately, because of my family situation, I can't go too far from the home in case of an emergency. Because my mum, I don't want to say too much. Let's just say.
Oh, okay.
Well, all I want to, I'll put it in this about. Let's just say I can't leave too far because you know, in case of an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, look, man, I can't do it. Let me think if I can think of. Let me see if I think somebody else might have to do it. And I said, all right, let me see if Manny can do it. So I texted them. I said, would you be willing to do it? And then I got them two in contact, and then you see what happened, isn't it? So I'm proud of him, man. I thought he'd done a great job.
He did.
Did you play his speech?
Yes, of course. Yeah, on others. See, this is like just the documentary one, but we streamed the whole. Jupiter streamed it on her channel, and I streamed it on mine.
Yeah, I saw. I commented.
Yeah, all of the footage and the speech of Manny. Yeah.
Big up to Manny, man. Big up to Manny.
You mentioned you.
I know. I was like, why don't you? You know, you said I will try and mention you in this. So I was like, yeah, that's nice, man. But I think overall, I thought the actual from what I need to watch the documentary properly though, rather than because I can't concentrate when I was watching it that way. But overall, I thought. Look, from what I saw, I thought it was a very well-made documentary.
It was a well-made documentary. I just hope that there's legal action taken against the perpetrators, because it is evidence. There's no doubt that it's evidence.
But what I don't understand is one thing I want to look into is like, if you can prove a 13-year-old girl was pregnant or had a baby by a grown man, how is that not concrete evidence? Because you can just test the genes of the kid that he basically abused her.
But it is concrete evidence. But by the look of it, what they're saying is that the policeman that was involved in the case took a backhander and got rid of the evidence, basically.
Dude, if that's the case, that is outrageous.
Oh yeah, the smiling policeman at the end of the documentary, smirking away. You know. No, it seems that the police were taken backhanders, so things didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, it looked like there was a good turnout as well. So you know, no violence, not a lot of protesters. What's it called? The Antifa. It was just like a few weirdos in there.
Well, what are they going to turn up and what protest against the evidence? You know, do you know what I mean?
Well, there's some people that would rather let rape go on than to be called a racist. This is the kind of world we're living in at the moment.
Yeah. It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to be called a racist, so we're just gonna.
We just ignore that.
Let's ignore it, innit? Let's ignore it. Yeah. Like you have to call it out for what it is. I mean, it's insane that town only has a population of like 2% Pakistanis. Like, think about it. It's not like Bradford or whatever. It's 2%. And for them to be involved in such a large scale of the criminal activity of the grooming gangs, it's just outrageous. Nobody's like looking at it and going, "Wow, what is going on there?" Yeah, I think he's done a good job. I think it deserves a part 2 as well. I have to admit, I was a little bit worried midway through that they were going to do, you know, they weren't going to confront the guys. They were going to say, "Okay, part 2 coming soon." But I'm so glad they didn't do that. Yeah.
Oh no, and I mean, with the little bits he'd let out, you know, beforehand, you could see that he'd confronted them. But they're very arrogant, and of course, they're all so innocent, aren't they? You know, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, their mom guy. Look, if that's 100% true, because obviously we haven't gone through. You know, I don't know 100% exactly what's going on, but if it is, that's outrageous that he's now an imam. And 3 girls have made allegations against him. 3 separate girls that don't know each other. Never said that he
Yeah.
was involved.
But what do you make of the fact that they had a list of men, but the only one they prosecuted was the Sikh?
Was it?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what
Was
they
it?
said in that video. Yeah,
I've not heard of that. I'll have to see. I'll have to have
yeah.
a look
When you
into that,
hear
man.
it back, yeah.
It's just mad, man.
I mean, that's terrible. If that's true, that goes even more to show that it was corruption, because the ones that were related to the same family or involved with that spy shop tended to get away with it.
It sounds like they got some kind of like protection racket around there, where they're
Yeah,
covered like the
yeah.
mafia almost, like the families, like they're like all together in a family kind of situation, and you can't get to them. You know, the girl was very, very brave to come. I didn't know she was coming today. So well done for her to actually turn up.
Yeah,
as well.
very brave young woman. I hope it helps her in some way. Speaking out. Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
don't
if
know,
she can help others through her situation. I mean, look, there's been some allegations that she was. I spoke about this to Richard as well. Like, so I was like, look, there's, because there's allegations that she was like giving girls over to them. She was abused from like 12, 13, 11 years old. So she was probably in a Stockholm, and she was probably terrified. And I mean, it's hard for me to understand. Like, once someone's got their clutches in you, like as a kid, like, you can't hold her accountable for what she's doing at that point. She's a victim of the abuse, and then she's been dragged into it and then used to get other girls. Yeah. So
But she explained, didn't she? She said that if her parents said she couldn't go out, she'd go nuts, because she knew that they beat her up for not going out. Not the parents, the Pakistani grooming gangs. Or maybe her parents, because that was always a threat too. We'll get your family. Yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that.
Well, it's similar to the story in Rotherham, isn't it? The 3 girls. Do you remember the 3 girls? That documentary. It was a similar thing. The dad knew that the daughter was out all the time. Went to the police, tried to keep her in, but she'd climb out the window because she was afraid, because they would send her texts and messages on Facebook saying, we're going to burn your house out if you're not out in 5 minutes, and we're going to kill your dad, we're going to kill your little sister, and things like that, But also, what about the case where the dad went there and kicked in the door to get his daughter out, and the police arrested the father?
Arrested the father.
And the daughter, and not the perpetrators. It's unbelievable.
I don't know. It's happening a lot with Sikhs as well. Guys went to prison. I know someone personally, still a good friend of mine. Like he tried to help a girl getting groomed. He beat the guy up, and guess who went to prison? He went to prison. My friend.
Went to the prison. Yeah,
he went to prison for 4 years for that, and even now it's affecting, because like you've got a criminal record and stuff. So we know now that violence. As much as people want to do it, because sometimes violence, does work.
Yeah, but someone like that needs to actually come out and document it and try and do an appeal.
Let me share the screen for 1 second. Can I just quickly share the screen?
Get his record cleared. If
I'm not going to play it, but let me just show this video. Yeah, if you look at this, if you just share it for a second, see this guy here. This is a friend of mine, and this guy, I don't want to say his name, but he's a good friend of mine. I still see him recently, and he went to prison. History of grooming, because he beat up a guy who was grooming some Sikh girl, and he went to prison for 5 years. The guy that did it got nothing. He just walked around still doing the same shit. And so this is what we know. Like, it's as much as men, like, we just want to like bash heads, and what happens in reality is, like, even the case, in Leicester in 2014 when Sikhs went to that restaurant. I don't know if you know about that case.
No, what was that then?
So basically in was it 2014, a Sikh girl was being groomed in this restaurant. They went to the police, and then they did nothing. And then so 40 Sikh guys got together, went there, bashed the place up, smashed it, and beat the guys up. Guess who went to prison? The Sikh guys.
The Sikh guys, yeah.
But the only thing about that one, then the police did take it seriously, then arrested the groomers as well, and they got convicted as well. But it took that to do it. You understand? It's like, you know, they won't listen until, you know, it gets to a point where people are like, okay, we're gonna have to use violence. Yeah. But their lives are ruined as well, unfortunately. Like, you know, because some of the guys I know, some I was told was that they were at university for degrees and law and all that kind of stuff, and they literally ruined their life now. They can't go back. Yeah.
It just makes you wonder where it's going to end, or if it's ever going to end. To be honest, I don't think it's going to end because, well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you. Just so that people wouldn't, I'm not lying. Just share this story on the BBC. Yeah, have a look.
I don't know. Okie dokie.
So, Mogadabad, at this restaurant, a girl was being groomed up there, and they went to the police. They did nothing. Yeah. So 7 guys got jailed for taking the law into their own hands, for taking part in a revenge attack on a crowded restaurant in Leicester. So basically, when they did that, they all got arrested. Yeah. if you look at the names, they all got singing it, sing, seven. So all of their lives are now kind of like they sort of said some of the group of about 40 to 50 people who joined the attack were wearing scars and balaclavas and brandishing knives, poles, and metal bars. Yeah, and they attacked 6 of them. Now, the guys that they attacked, 2 of them went to prison afterwards for grooming. So 1 or 2 of them more innocent, unfortunately. But that's what happens, though, isn't it? When you take the
innocent, he said.
Huh? Yeah, there was some innocent people.
You
That,
think of
unfortunately,
innocent people that I'm taking the piss.
yeah, but the problem is, like, you know, like when it gets to the point where they feel like the law ain't listening, this is what happens, vigilantism, then it goes wrong. Yeah, and this is
That's
what's
why the police need to get their fingers out their ass, to be honest, and do something.
and then what happens is that, you know, it could happen, like, you know, group of guys, you know, English guys might get together and do something, and then half of them go to jail.
Well, yeah, that's I can see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and so have a look at that. Yeah, so you see that, but now look at this story just a couple of weeks later. So this story here was in, let's have a look. This was April 2013, as you can see. Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
Now watch this story in the BBC afterwards. Child prostitution trial, 6 men jailed. Those are the 6 guys that were then jailed, who were part of that grooming gang. 2 of them were in that restaurant on that day.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so they then did get jailed, but the only reason the police then took it seriously.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason they took it seriously is because guys took things into their own hand, and it went tits up. Otherwise, they might not have done nothing. Now, does it have to go to that stage where people are going to start taking the law into their own hands, having to deal with it, and doing that, and people go in prison before the police go, okay, we're going to have to start really taking this seriously and try and knock it on the head? I don't know Victoria West, to be honest with you. It's hard to tell because, you know, the Sikhs have literally like smacked them over the face so many times. So I think they're a little bit more wary about doing it to Sikh girls, but they have targeted white girls for the last 20 years or 30 years. Yeah, we know that. They used to originally target Sikh girls and Hindu girls a lot. Then they got their heads busted. The only problem is that when 2 Asians are fighting, they'll go, it's an Asian fight, isn't it? There's no racial connotation. Now, if white people are fighting Asian people, it then turns into a race thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a way of oppressing us from doing the right thing.
Yeah, because if you look at the stories from the 80s and 90s, it always Sikhs fighting Muslims. There were loads of them in the papers. People, you know, fighting. They didn't realize that, you know, this was the reason behind it. That's why it all started, because they used to drive up, you know, in the schools. I imagine it's like your daughter's going to school, and some dude here in his mid-20s driving up in a car, waiting outside, picking them up, getting them drunk and stuff, and doing whatever, and then you can't do nothing.
Yes,
like, the police don't do nothing. It's like, what? It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Even my own relative, like I said, I don't want to go too much into it. A similar situation happened. I heard a lot of stuff that I was like shocked about. The police just kind of let it slide and stuff. But yeah, at least you know. The thing is, look, Tommy may not be the best person for this, but he's the only person doing it, isn't it? This is the problem. That's the thing, though. Like, if you don't like him doing it and you don't think he's the right person, Well, you put yourself up then.
Well, like
You
he
do
said
it.
today, he knew he had a voice and he could get it out there, so he used his voice. And yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. I think that's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
I think
hopefully people
you know.
put their kind of dislike for him aside and just go, okay, look, yeah, was the documentary, because I had this conversation yesterday on Banksy's. I don't know if you listened to it with
I listened to some of it, yeah.
Yeah, your old, I don't want to say the guy's name. Let's just say, the other Sikh dude, some Sikh dude. He says he's not Sikh no more. And I'm like, dude, like, just watch the documentary. And if the documentary is right, whether he's your enemy or not, the truth is the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if it's clouding your judgment to that point that, you hate Tom Robinson so much, you're going to ignore the facts that are being put forward to you, then there's a problem.
I think there's a lot of that goes on, you know.
Hey, can you do me a little favor? Can we play Little Manny's thingy?
Yeah, go on.
Let me find it first.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Oh, yeah. You play it. And
let's play it. Yeah, it's Somi's channel there. Yeah, I was a little bit worried it might not happen, so that's why I didn't want to say anything until.
Yeah, you were telling Victoria you didn't want to say in case it didn't happen.
Yeah, because you don't know. Because I know the Tommy thing here. Like, things are very hectic here. It's not the most organized thing. So sometimes things can just things that are planned just can't go ahead.
Everyone will take you down. I have a message. Why don't those men, Charlie Carl and all the big boys, come down here and say hello? Why they come down over there at us? Why they come down on top of us? Why don't they see how fast they get taken out of this town? These police officers surrounding this car park need to do their fucking jobs, and they get these fucking men out of the fucking streets. And Mum, I'm sorry for swearing. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Singh.
Oh, Manny Singh.
My sister died. She left behind a beautiful place. But when Richard called me and said, Manny, do you want to come and say a few words? I had to come because my sister's just as important as this girl here. So I'm from a British Sikh family, and in our community there's about 1,000 Tommy Robinson. In fact, one of them is probably a well-known chap, goes by the name of Raj Tommy Robinson, right?
Oh, God. I can imagine Jedi replaying that.
Sikhs know all about what goes on with the grooming gang because they've been raping our sisters and our daughters since the 1970s and the 1980s. We lost a lot of girls, and when the investigation was done, the last thing we found out was they were taken to a London Heathrow terminal with a one-way ticket. We've never heard from again. So, in the 1980s, the Sikhs formed an organization called Shera Punjab. It means Lions of Punjab. Because when we went to the police said, we don't see anything, we don't know anything, we can't help you. That was 40 years ago, and what Tommy Robinson has shown us today, nothing has changed. It's the same psychological techniques that they use. They manipulate, they torture, they really destroy the lives of their victims, and that's very, very sad. What I also want to say is, sorry, I told you I was going to cry. In the 1980s, a document containing a list of paedophile MPs at Westminster was destroyed by the officials. In 2015, when Theresa May was Home Secretary, her department was also involved in a couple. We're ruled by rapists and pedophiles. What makes you think things are ever going to change? Unless you change them. Okay? Collectively, we can come together and we can change it. Because my community has been facing this. Your community has been changed. But we're all British because I love this country and so does my family. So I want to make an appeal to the Muslim community. Join us. We don't hate you. We just want to protect our children. Okay? Join us and stand with us. If you really want to be the religion of peace, this is your opportunity to show you've got it in you. It's really cold. It's really cold. I'm not going to go on. I actually have 2 pages, but it's cold. But thank you to Tommy Robinson. Thank you to all these great speakers. I represent a social media platform called Speakers Corner Online. If you've been banned, if your free speech is not allowed to be free, come over to www.speakerscorner.online and we will protect your free speech. Thank you and I love you.
Oh, Manny say.
Yeah,
oh,
bless him.
Manny, well done.
He did a good job there.
Obviously, you know, it would have been better if I was there, no doubt about it.
Well,
but
of course, Raj,
he's not really joking. He's done a great. He was like,
No, I'm not having that. I think Manny done really good.
He did, yeah, of course he did. He's lovely, Manny. Yeah.
I think I think imagine if we both could have went. That would have been freaking crazy, man. Like a tag team up there. Could you imagine that? Oh, there's going to be people crying for years after that. I'm not.
Oh yeah, the fact of course.
Yeah. You're gonna have people just crying and crying. I'm gonna be watching Jedi when he reviews the thing. You're gonna be interested. I don't know if he's gonna review that whole event, but I know he'll review the actual. There was a video on Gem Catchers, Jupiter. That was from a couple of days ago, wasn't it? When Jedi was reviewing. What's it called? Ricky Wars.
So that was the day.
That was after you for that.
No, that was the day I turned up, and it was nothing to do with Wendy.
Yeah.
And they asked me what had been going on, and I said nothing really. And then they said, "Oh, they'd heard stuff about Wendy," and I said, "I don't really want to talk about it." And they said, "Well, no, just tell us, what happened." And I said, "Well, I will, but only if you're going to be respectful." I said, "In fact, there's a video that explains exactly what happened better." And then from there on, they played the video, but actually they wasn't respectful to Wendy.
No.
Yeah, I knew straight away. I was like, this is going to go left. I knew it 100%.
And towards the end of that, in the evening, Jedi wasn't on there. I don't blame the other panelists because really he's the ringleader. But he actually came on a bit later. I don't know if that's shown on Gemcatcher as well, and came on with a letter. But made out that Motion's horse had died and tried to imitate how I announced what happened with Wendy. I didn't find that funny either. And then the next day, he started up again.
Yeah, he's a big
so that's
baby.
why I fell out with him, Raj. That's why I find the thing is, like I said to you the other day, look, I don't expect anyone to like me. For me, it's not about picking up friends. If you do, you do. That's the bonus. But if you don't, it's not an issue. And well, Raj, there's only a few people that actually have my phone number. Do you know what I mean? That actually contact. I don't go. I'm not like a lot of other people. Join loads of groups, give it out willy nilly. I don't do all that shit. So. For me, it's not really that part of it's not a problem, but you should at least respect somebody who's having a conversation with you. That's all I ask, and they couldn't even do that. And under the circumstances, I just think that they should have shown a little bit of respect. I think they showed their immaturity. And then you see the argument that happened afterwards when I went on the second day, when they started up the second day.
Yeah, that was the day after. Yeah.
And him basically telling me that you can't change mindsets, and you're not allowed to you can't differ your opinion, because if you do, you're a liar. And now he's using that as his defense to, oh, well, when I was younger, I did go about just attacking white people, but now I'm older and wiser. Well, what position you're standing in? Does that apply to Wendy and yourself, or just yourself?
Yeah, because I had a clip here, like of them playing Wendy saying something about Brian Hill's kids, getting raped. But look, I then heard on that video Brian Hill basically saying, he wanted or was wishing that Wendy's granddaughters will get raped.
Exactly.
So you have to understand, like at some point, like if that was said first, like that was said first for what Brian Hill said, I'm assuming.
That's right.
Yeah. So at some point, if someone said he was very clever when he said it though. He said, I don't wish something basically saying he doesn't wish it, but you know what you meant. He was trying to say he does want it to happen. And so once somebody then like replies and you just play the reply, like it's unfair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very unfair. And that's what people are very good at, I've noticed, Raj.
Yeah. You think there's plenty of other people that actually play recordings. You've got Shell, you've got Ricky, you've got Bundles of Fun, you've got Gemcatcher, and they play the full context. Yeah. But these others like Banana Split, who seems to be leading a lot of the gullible people, only play one side.
Did you hear what Esau did yesterday about your sister?
Don't worry. I'm not. Look, when it comes to let me just tell you something. When it comes to Esau, I don't care. I don't care about Brian. It's Rodders. You know, Mr. O'Donnell, the IRA supporter, the person the person that wanted to join the Royal Navy, even though his brother's an IRA member, and his uncle, somebody that is good friends with Suleiman, saying he's a good guy. What are those two got planned together? Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make Rodders pay for Esau's bullshit because he's the channel host.
Well,
I will
Jedi
be going
set up the Ra yesterday as well.
You done what?
Yeah, Jedi said big up the Ra, the IRA.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be making a little trip to Speaker's Corner, and I'm gonna be talking to little old Suleiman about his connection to Suleiman, to Rodney,
to Rodney.
Mr. O'Donnell. And why do those two get on so well? Is it because both of them hate the UK and wish death upon the citizens of the UK? Is it that both of them agree on child marriage and having sex with children? What is it that makes them to him say he supports Suleiman? And I'll make sure I do it right next to the feds. The feds.
You got to wonder what makes Solomon want to go on Rodney's all the time.
Trust me, for me, I don't really care what Rodney says. But my sister, has done
It is an unusual alliance for him to suddenly turn up and want to go on there. It is quite strange. He don't go nowhere else, does it?
And Rodney has clearly stated Suleiman's a good guy. Now he can never use the fact that he doesn't know about his past, because I know 110% from my videos when I used to expose Suleiman, he used to be in the chat agreeing. Now all of a sudden, he's now going, okay, I like Suleiman. Like, is it because he agrees with his views? Like, has he been radicalized in some way over the last?
Well, you got to wonder about that.
Could it be that he's got an ISIS/IRA organization now going on? Yeah, let the security services find out.
We don't know, because he won't have anything said wrong about Suleiman.
Yeah, he won't have it. Yeah, he goes mad. When Captain was saying, "Oh, don't let him on," he's talking about having sex with kids. No, he's the right lad to say it. That's it. All right. You think it's okay to have sex with kids, and you're defending the guy. Rodney is a vile cunt, and I don't care about Esau, and I don't care about Brian Hill. The way I'm going to deal with those lot is by going for Rodney, because Rodney, I know who you are, I know what you look like, I know your name, I got enough details about you and evidence to make sure, that when I expose you, because you know what else he did about the cancer thing?
Yep.
Oh God, yeah.
You see what he did about the cancer thing? Yeah. The thing about Real Sister, I want to make sure. I want to find out why would a man with children and stuff and a wife be bigging up a murderer who's raped and killed women? And
yet he allowed Captain to say horrid things to Robert White on that panel about cancer to him.
Rodney needs to understand that if you want to hang around with Esau and Brian and support them, don't cry when they leave, because they're going to leave him at some point. They're not going to be with him all the time, and at some point he's going to be left all high and dry with all the backlash of everyone he's fucked with.
Yeah, exactly. He won't be left with anywhere to go, to be honest.
He won't. I want to make him live in a cardboard box. Because what has my sister got to do? What has my sister?
Nothing.
Like he put he not only allowed Issa, but he highlighted it big, and you can actually see her in the wheelchair. My sister has done nothing to this dude or anybody, yeah, and to to embarrass, like abusing her like that is disgusting. Like I don't know, and I'm gonna make you. I don't care whether people say I'm triggered. No, let me tell you something. I'm not triggered. I'm gonna get vengeance on that dude.
Yeah, I understand that, Raj.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I'll
like
get
it.
vengeance on him because there's a limit. I always say there's a limit, yeah, before I will go. And I'm telling you, I can be real nasty when I want to be. Yeah. I won't go for your family and stuff, but I will go for you, and I'll do what I got to do in order to make sure people know who you are. I'll make him famous in Speaker's Corner. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down with Rodney, Real, and I'm just going to keep on asking Suleiman questions all day. You know how I do my little Raj.
Yeah.
I'm just going to follow him and just say, look, what is your connection to thingy? And I'll make sure everybody starts asking, well, who is this Rodney that Raj is talking about? He wants to be famous. You will be famous, but for being connected to Suleiman. That's what you're going to be famous for. Yeah. And, you think that you can start attacking disabled people. You can start attacking, like mocking the death of a woman who was murdered, mocking suicide attempts, talking about people's dead husbands who were killed in a car crash and mocking that and all that kind of stuff. All right. You want to go that far? Mocking cancer. Okay. Well, Cam, you're going to see how the Sikh Sharia, the Sikh line is going to deal with this Rodney. I'll make sure he learns. Yeah, I'm going to make sure he understands that this is no longer a joke. And I'm going to put out the call if Rodney's listening. I will meet you in Speaker's Corner, bitch. I will meet you and we will talk. And I want to ask you on camera why you are associated with Suleiman. What do you have in common with this dude?
Yeah.
Is it your hate for the UK? We'll also talk about the IRA bombing of the horses or the people that were killed in the thingy.
Hyde Park.
It was in Speaker's Corner. We'll ask about that. Yeah, we'll ask about everything about you. We'll make sure you're very famous after this.
It's very weird. I've got to be honest. It's very weird the way Rodney all of a sudden is big mates with this ISIS supporter, Solomon.
Yeah. It's just. And the thing is, like, all of a sudden,
what's really weird that hermaphrodite is now his mod, and that Brian always offered that hermaphrodite proper protection. It's weird.
Hermaphrodite
protection.
Who's the hermaphrodite?
Stevie Jane, the atheist. She's a man. She was born with both bits.
Okay, all right.
And she's one evil, spiteful little cunt.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. There's lots of ways to peel a. Cat. Like he thinks he's going to use his Mong Tai. I don't give a shit if he beat me. I don't give a shit. I'll freaking charge you. I'll charge you little bitch.
Yeah, he reckons he's going to use his fucking shins.
What's he going to do, man? He's
someone's turning up. He fucking hides in the corner and puts the carpet over his head.
Yeah. He's a freaking vibe. But the thing is, like, look, I kind of like just thought to myself, he's just an idiot. And I just ignored him and I ignored him. I thought he's just stupid. He's harmless. That's what I thought, I thought he's harmless. But no. Now I know he's not harmless. I'm going to have to make sure, he gets the Rajanator mode. He's going to have to feel that.
He is one of those typical people that in real life he can't stand up for himself. So he likes the power of being spiteful online.
Yeah.
So if people want to do that, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But when someone becomes 10 times more spiteful to you, don't cry afterwards, because I will go real deep into your real life, dude. Yeah, I will go real deep, and I'll make sure you're kind of like boasting about being with the IRA and all of this. We'll make sure the right people, hear about this stuff. Yeah, we'll make sure, and I'll show. Let me just show you. Hold on, where is it? Hold on. You're not going to get a strike. It's my video, but let me just give you a little bit of a little taster of what I'm going to do to Suleiman when I see him. Share the screen. Yeah.
What's this?
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. So Ali Dawah, let me ask you a question. Do you agree with people attacking people's families in order to defeat your enemies? Like Muhammad Hijab and you guys. Now, if you've got a problem with a man, why would you go for the man's family? Because people are going for my family as well, and they're going by your example. Yeah, so you need to set example to the young kids here. So if you've got a problem with a man, don't attack the wife, don't attack the mothers, don't attack the children. You go for the man themselves. So why is it you and Muhammad Hijab think it's okay to attack people's families when it comes to mothers, children and stuff like that? And this didn't last for 10 minutes. It didn't last for 30 minutes. It didn't last. It lasted the whole time. I was heckling and I was heckling. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'm still there, ruining the conversation, and I'll make sure. I'll make sure, yeah, everybody knows who Rodney is at Speaker's Corner, Mr. O'Donnell. Yeah, they're gonna know who he is, and I'll probably take a photo of him as well, just to kind of like make sure there's a visual representation. Yeah, I might have to print out the photo of Rodney, and I might even talk to Shamsi and Ali Dawah about why is a Irish, let's say Rodney, a British citizen. So do they agree with the British guys? Because they condemn Suleiman. Why are they? Is it right for them to support Suleiman? And should we condemn him? You know, I'll talk to everybody about Rodney.
It's very strange the way he protects
I might even give a speech on how, you know, people using cancer and all that kind of stuff to, you know, and mocking it, you know, all this kind of disgusting stuff. You know, I got cancer, so you need to leave me alone and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we can highlight a few issues, isn't it?
Yeah, what a thing to come out with. Wow. You
Yeah,
need
he's
to
a
watch
nasty
what you
man.
wish for, really,
The,
don't
the,
you?
the problem with him, yeah, he's only in this little YouTube world at the moment. The way to really push him out of that is to get him into the Speaker's Corner world. And then hopefully there'll be people that recognize him, people that know who he is, people that know what he's doing now. Yeah, and they can go to his channel. I'll even give his channel name so people can frequent there and see what he's saying. Hopefully, hopefully if any employers or employee or people that, you know, want to employ him in the future, they'll have a good record of his conduct. You know, do people really want someone working for them that supports, you know, the killing of innocent people, supports, you know, Suleiman is an ISIS member, or supports ISIS, somebody that, you know, bigs up murderers and mocks dead people and disabled people and all that? We'll see. We'll see.
Everyone's fair game for him, isn't it? Kind of
Well,
thing.
look, I have my limits here. He's fair game. His family are innocent, but he's fair game 100% now. You know, once he's crossed the line of my disabled sister, like even if like the thing is here, like, you know, it shows the level of Rodney. He has no morals, nothing. He's zero morality in that guy. And even when he used to go for Raspik, I used to always go, "Wow, you're crazy," because you'd Raspik, your granddad was the mayor of Barking.
Oh, that was all madness.
Hey, your mum was a posh thingy. Like, there's no proof, and I even say to him, "Dude, you're crazy." Even to Raspik. So I would love to talk to Raspik about Rodney, man. And maybe I need to kind of like contact Raspik and say, "Look, I've got a few details about Rodney."
That would be interesting.
Maybe Raspik might want to talk to Rodney, because I've got a lot of memories of Rodney kind of being a bit racist, you know, a little bit, really kind of like crazy. Like, and I also remember Rodney being Islamophobic as well. You know, he used to big up. He used to be a Tommy Robinson supporter at some point, because that's how he come to my channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The weird thing about him, he was a full-on supporter of mine for years. He used to be Rodney Kane, the channel, full-on supporter, supported everything I did. Now he's like, "Oh, Rogers," and I'm like, "What? You supported everything I said up until like 2 years ago."
Wow.
Yeah, how do you think I know him so well? Because he was one of the most regular people on my panel. I'm pretty sure if I can look back, I'll see Rodney K bigging me up all the time. Yeah, big up Raj, big up the Raj name, big up Raj, big up Raj, big up Tommy Robinson, all this. Now all of a sudden, he's like the defender of ISIS. How does that happen? Yeah?
How does that happen, indeed? Yeah.
Well, he's been radicalized by obviously Suleiman. And we don't know if IRA Rodney has tea and cup of tea and halal.
With that old Andrew, we don't know.
Halal beef with Anjem Chowdhury.
That's true.
They could be they could be right now sitting together laughing maniacally about what they're going to do to the UK.
When he comes on the stream, and I used to say, "What do you want, terrorist?" You know, Rodney would be the first one to say, "Oh, you can't call him that. You can't call him that. He's not
Did he
a
say that?
terrorist." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's written that. Look, the thing is, he's saying Raj supports the Blood Brother Khalsa. So Blood Brother Khalsa is a terrorist organization that I condemn. There is not a single video. In order to put a claim against someone, what you do is for it to stick. You can make the claim, but when there's no evidence, and the only thing you can hear me say is I condemn them, you've got no proof. The difference between me and you, Rodney, you actually have said that you support the IRA. Your brother's in the IRA. Your uncle found the IRA. And you support the killing of British soldiers. You will never find anything that I've said to support Blood Brother Khalsa. All I've ever said is I condemn what they've done because I don't agree with terrorism to reach your goals. You can have a goal of trying to get independence and stuff like that, or trying to get justice, but blowing innocent people up is not right.
No, of course it's not. But with him, all of a sudden, all of that.
Oh no, but Wendy, I have to be fair. He did say it's okay to blow stuff up as long as no one's hurt. All right, put the bomb in the skull, but make sure we there's no one there though. When you blow it up, we don't want no innocent ants being hurt. No one can get it. All of them would evacuate everything. The dogs, the cats. No one's there.
Everything.
Imagine that. He actually said that. I like the bombing, but as long as no one was hurt.
Yeah, if they blow up a bridge, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay. What if they blew up your house, Rodney? But you're not in there. Okay, let's put it to the test. If the IRA blew your house up, but you're not in there, is that okay? Does it make sense? Oh, I don't mind it being blown up as long as I'm innocent. What about all the things that's sentimental to you in there? Maybe exactly. The trauma that the people living around you. Because I actually do remember the day that the IRA bombed the Canary Wharf, and my ceiling in my room, because I'm quite close by.
Yeah.
It shook. Yeah, my mum was terrified. I was terrified as a young kid at the time. I was like, wow, what's going on? So, you have traumatic stuff. So, but Rodney thinks that, bombing is like, fireworks in the back garden. Oh, yeah, it's just a bit of bombing in it, just pew, pew.
Yeah, just a bit of bombing.
No. Yeah. He's obviously needs to get taught a lesson, doesn't he? Maybe you might want to be the first ever IRA suicide bomber. Do everyone a favor, Pudida. Why don't you and Suleiman, strap yourselves together, put a little freaking detonator on there, go to a, totally empty area, and kaboom!
You're gone, the pair of you.
Yeah, both of you, two birds with one stone. And you know what? We can all watch a fire because no one got hurt. Yeah, it was just no one got hurt. It was just you two. No one cares about you. You're cockroaches of society. Don't look after your family. Rodney, you don't look after your family. I've never heard you talk about your children or you looking after anything. All you do is live stream all day.
All day, yeah.
All day, and you say you got young kids. You are a terrible father.
When, his daughter went missing. His 14-year-old daughter went missing, Raj. He didn't go looking for her. He stayed on streaming, talking about it.
I heard what he did was he kind of vicariously lived through the people that were looking for her. So he was there in spirit. He was there in spirit. So we got to give him credit. Maybe he had a drone that he was like flying at the same time as live streaming. Oh, where is she? Where is she? Oh, the drone, I can't see her. 100 miles up. Yeah. Rodney is just, I really.
When he came home, instead of being relieved, he come online to ask everybody when should he have a go at her, now or in the morning.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's like what every father does. Oh, when do I have a go at my kid when she was missing? Oh, do I wait for tomorrow, or do I just say, you was away for a while. I was very worried about you. What he probably done was like, I have to consult with Brian Hill. Brian Hill that wants to eat food.
Exactly.
I'm gonna consult with Brian Hill. Like, well, what do you think the appropriate time is for me to, discipline my child for not to? You know what you should do, mate. I was talking to Brian Herbert, and I'm telling you now, You need to wait 1 year. Yeah, let her learn her lesson. Yeah, if she dies and she doesn't ever come back, she's got a lesson, isn't she? Yeah, don't tell her straight away. Let her learn her lesson, mate. Yeah, she needs to be taught a lesson. Yeah, that means that you don't see her for 5 years. That's fine. When she comes back, she'll be just like me. Yeah, a degenerate fat pig.
Pig. Yeah.
Yeah, he also got upset because her boyfriend was black.
Did he? Have you got that? Have you got that? Oh, please tell me you got that.
I haven't got it, but I don't know if Shell's got it somewhere. She might.
God, please, I beg you, because I would love to hear that recording.
He got upset about that. Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, not upset enough to move away from streaming.
Not enough. Yeah. Because I can imagine him sort of going, yeah, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm not racist, but he's black. I'm not racist, but he's black. I'm not racist, I can imagine him being like in his head. He's got alarm bells. Yeah, as soon as he saw it. Have you watched that movie, Coming for Dinner or something? What's the one?
Guess who was coming to dinner? Yeah,
yes, it's probably one of those. Yeah, obviously not as posh because he's a tramp. He was probably
he is a tramp. Yeah.
He's probably eating out of a McDonald's box, but I can imagine him trying to pretend that oh, do you know respect? And he's like, oh, oh you know Jedi, do you? What about what about Yeah, he thinks all black people know each other.
So what are they up to over there now, apart from talking about your sister?
No, they're basically because I don't know if it was the real Ask Getty, but yesterday he said something really vile, yeah. And then he did apologize. I think he apologized. I need to find out whether it was him though. And I do appreciate if it was him. I do appreciate when people apologize for because he brought my sister into it, and he said he's gonna come down this area and chuck pictures of my sister around Leighton. Like, why would you even do that? Why would they, like? I don't get it. Like, my sister's like suffered enough as it is. Like, just leave her.
Of course. Yeah.
Leave her, man. Leave her. Leave the dead as well. They've suffered enough as it is. Leave them. Especially when people have died in tragic circumstances. Just leave them, isn't it? This is why I kind of agree with what Real said. He didn't say it in the best way, but he was basically saying that one day something's going to happen to them, and they're going to look back and go, "Why did I do this?" Because
yeah, of course, yeah,
they're going to look back. Something's going to happen. There could be a car accident. There could be something. They're going to be like, "Why did I mock that car accident? Why was I mocking that disabled person? Why was I mocking a murderer or bigging up a murderer when something happened to somebody in my family now?" Yeah, that doesn't mean I wish that upon them, but that is something that you need to think about when you say stuff.
Of course, it is. Yeah, but they don't.
Him. Is that Jizz Face? Oh, that's Cam, innit? Big up to Cam, man. Big up Cam. I like Cam. You know who's one? I love it when Cam roasts. That is Cam, isn't it?
Yeah, Cam. Yeah.
When she roasts Brian Hill, man, I just crack up, man.
It is funny. Yeah.
She just goes mad at him, like proper. You can just feel the hatred in her when she said it, man. And like Brian Hill is like, he doesn't know what to do. He's just like,
She goes, he, she.
Yeah,
he, she.
And the thing, what I've realized is that Esau, he actually, I think he hates Rodney, because what he's doing is creating so much shit on his channel, and he knows we can't get to him because we don't know who he is, but he knows the person we're going to go for is Esau, and
Did
he
you know
keeps on doing it.
Hurl and Esau are pretending they were at Telford today.
Oh, were they? Oh God. Did they put the camera on?
Well, apparently Esau got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
with pink handcuffs. and a giant black dildo.
It was all pathetic.
Oh. Yeah. But the thing is, like if that Christy Morris is going prison as well, hopefully they'll take that fatty bomb with him. But I still believe that out of all of them, I think the worst is Rodney now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I really do. When I start hating you, it takes a lot for me to actually hate someone. And when I start hating you, I can. It's gonna get.
Remember when you used to get your toy rats and everything?
Yeah. I got a brilliant idea. Oh, dude, man, I got an amazing idea for Rodney. Now I might actually just do it quickly now. But let me just say, my Photoshop skills are going to come into play again. And Rodney, I'm going to put his faces in certain places. Yeah. I'll write in the side check because I don't want to ruin it.
You'd be sat on camera with a little toy rat on your shoulder. Oh, it's funny.
You can hear Fat Chop's kids in the background on the video of him at Telford. Oh, for God's sake!
There you go.
Read the side chat. What I'm going to do, yeah.
Let's have a look. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. I've got some great pictures here that let's just say, you know, let's let me get my Photoshop skills kind of going in it, and I'll probably show it on Reels or something. Yeah. There's an amazing one where I know exactly what to do. It's Anjem Chowdhury, Suleiman, and there's a big ginger guy in the back, and you know what, in the back.
Oh, drop. Wendy, go to Ricky Millwall's. He's clipped Antifa at the protests.
Oh,
okay,
right.
Well, let's have a look at that, man.
And they were all in pink.
Oh, right. Yeah. God, maybe Esau was there.
Maybe Esau was one of them.
They with pink knickers on.
Yeah. Who am I looking for? Yeah, Ricky. Yeah.
Oh,
my God! You know who's there? Suleiman's on there again.
No, Brian, he's clipped. Brian.
Dude. Suleiman's on there again. Oh God.
Oh God. Rodney can't help himself with Suleiman.
He's on there now, and he's telling him to condemn, and he won't condemn. Oh God.
He won't condemn. Oh God.
ISIS and them lot. Oh wow.
Yeah, Ricky Shell, they're saying the clip over there.
What am I looking for, Jupe? Sorry.
I thought it was Antifa, but they said no. They want to read a clip of Brian Hurl when he pretends he's at Telford on Ricky.
So is that Brian Hurl story? This goes way back, 18 hours ago. That's all I can see. Is it Ricky Millwall or Millwall Ricky? Hang on. Millwall Ricky.
Ain't Cheryl Mudd on here?
I don't know. Well, this is Wendy Wu too, so I don't know.
She normally drops her clips.
Yeah, I need to shoot, guys, man. I need to go. Yeah, big up to Tommy Robinson today. Well done for the documentary. Richard Inman as well. Big up to him. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm doing Oscar speech, and big up to Manny, obviously. Big up to Manny as well, man. He done us proud.
Couldn't have done it without you all.
Yeah. Couldn't do that without you. I wish to thank my mother and my father and everybody around. And, my school teacher from 8th year. For teaching me how to be XYZ. Anyway, I'm off, man. It was good.
All right, love.
Take care.
Love you, love. Bye. There's nothing on here. I don't get it.
It was today. It was dropped today.
No, 7 days ago. Pisses me off when they say that and you go look and you can't find it. Ricky Millwall. Brian Hurl story. This goes way back. So that was hang on now. It must be this one.
Is it today?
I don't know. Oh, Christ.
She sounds like she's on an old sewing machine.
Eating strawberries, sharing a nice bottle of Cristal. So, yeah, it's very nice.
You step up and be a man, Brian. Admit you've been with me for 6 months, fucking living with me, and your wife knows everything, but you'd rather sit on a panel. Because what you say? You come on a channel at 6 o'clock, and I called you and hung up. I needed the car today. I'm in the hospital. You think you throw me under the fucking bus with your lies? Yeah? Deal with this now as a man. You say sorry to Jenny and everyone. Say sorry to your woman, your girlfriend, your top.
Sharing a nice bottle of Cristal. So, yeah, it's very nice. You ever been to the Shard, MC, in London? You ever
Yeah,
seen
yeah, that's the building like an.
Well, this doesn't
exit.
seem
Yeah,
like.
yeah, taken to the Shard. Then I was sitting
No,
in
that's not it.
No.
in with strawberries.
Obviously, Charmaine, you're so intelligent. You
I
know it all.
can't listen to him. I just can't
Alice-
listen to him anymore.
I know, Alice. Yeah, but this video's probably got him in it as well.
Which video, though?
The one that they want you to get. Let me have a look and see if I can find it.
Yeah, but I can't find it. It's not on Ricky Millwall's.
Where did they see it? He must have put it up and removed it.
Where is it then, guys?
Tell one of them to come in the back and drop it in the back. Come in the back entrance.
Yeah, it's definitely not on Ricky's. Did they say
Esau
Ricky's?
Says
Yeah.
Brian, Esau says Brian is fucking useless.
Well, he is.
That's on. Yeah, that's on bundles. Hold on, let me see if I've got a notification for it. I might have it on my note. No.
It's called Brian Hurl Makes Out. He's at Tommy Robinson's. Give me a spanner. Is that really Shell? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is that Shell? That'd be Shell. Yeah. I'm not used to being on this this panel.
You are funny.
I'm not. I'm just not used to it. It's,
yeah, but it's to you. It's almost like you're somewhere else when actually you're on the same computer. But I know what you mean because I feel like that as well.
Yeah,
Did
when
span
you
her-
yeah.
Did you spanner her up?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
All right, where is she? So we'll have, I think, oh, no, it's not letting me do that. How weird. Oh, why isn't it letting me do that?
You have to go into your YouTube page.
I'm on my YouTube page, yeah. And why didn't it let me do that? Oh, I know why. I'm on Wendy Woo, but I'm streaming it through Wendy Woo 2 on StreamYards.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens to me. That's why I can't do mods sometimes when they go. "Can I
Yeah,
mod?"
yeah.
Right, just go to his second channel then, Wendy. What's the second one called? Ricky Millwall 2. It's on Lady Jane's community wall.
Oh, right. Okay. Brilliant.
Where there's a way, where there's a will, there's a way.
Lady Jane. Now, is it Lady Jane UK or Lady Jane 2?
Lady Jane 2.
Right. So it was like coming up with UK first. Some unknown reason. Lady Jane 2. Scream if it doesn't come up with it. Lady Jane 2. Here we go. Brian Howells, P. No. No. No, it's not on there.
Just click her badge.
No, I've got Lady Jane too, but it's just not on there.
Did you go to her community page?
No, I didn't. Silly bitch that I am. Got it. All right. Radio. Hey, I'm just walking up to the police station now. They've got Esau locked in the police station.
Oh, God. Play it. Just play it.
Yeah. Right. Is this the right one? Yeah. So,
What are you looking at for? What are you doing? Get your hands! Get your fucking hands off him! Get your fucking hands off him! Get your hands! Look, I'll come get you. What are you doing? Get your hands off me! Esau, I'll get him! Get your hands off me! Get your fucking hands off me, you fucking pig cunts! Fuck you! Esau, I'll come and get you, mate. Where are you? Where are you taking him? Where are you taking him? You fucking low-life cunts! Piggy cunts!
What was that? Why was he saying get your hands off me?
Here we go! Hey, all there, people. We're all fucking here. Tommy, you waiter. 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 Tommy, you waiter.
Does he not realise how nutty that sounds?
Obviously not, but his kids are listening to that, poor fuckers.
Yeah. It's so... Well, yeah, the insane don't know they're insane, do they? Yeah, that's true saying.
You say, get your hands off me, get your hands off me. I'll come for you and save you, Esau. Why would they have their hands on him? He means get your hands off him. That's how mad his brain is, that he can't, even when he's play acting, he immerses himself into it and then forgets that it's somebody else that he's supposed to be imagining.
Yeah. Why pretend to be there?
And then you hear the adverts kick in. That's the fucking last bit of it.
How embarrassing. But like, you know, the saying is that you know, the insane don't realise they're insane. But yeah, Rodney did it for clicks and views, likes and views. They're obsessed. I mean, we've had to hide over here today out of the way of them all.
Oh, we're lucky. We're over here having a nice bit of peace and quiet. You know. But
didn't want to risk the other channel because there was too many around that wanted to be striking. I bet Busker's really pissed off that his went down.
I don't know. Maybe he got it back up again. If active.
No, I've had a look. I've had a look, and it's 20 minutes long, and that's it. Nothing else. Not unless he's just recorded. What he could have done then is not live stream, recorded it, and he'll upload it to his stream. You know, like he does sometimes later.
Yeah, Maybe he shut down at that point because they didn't want to get a strike, and that's why they both shut down. And maybe it wasn't YouTube.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because Manny and Banksy, they can't get a strike because they're not streaming from YouTube to YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah, Busker, yeah, flopping around everywhere, probably screaming at everybody at some point for no reason at all. I mean, there's a grown man that needs to grow a bit more. Saw Ginger Tony. Did you spot her, Jukes?
No.
I think she was a steward, wasn't she?
No, I'm not really worried about all that.
What do you mean you're not worried about it?
Well, to be honest, I'm more concerned about the information to do with the groomed girls. I couldn't care less what they're up to be honest, as long as
Well, I'm hoping like something happens on the back of it. Yeah. You know, that the police take some action or other. When I was watching it, I thought, oh wow, this is like the Cook Report. You know, because like that's what the Cook Report used to be like.
Yeah, it was very similar sort of way of doing it.
Yeah. So Tommy, keep up the good work that way, because that's just what it reminded me of, like the Cook Report. Yeah.
I don't know. So what other did I mention you today on this stream?
Don't know. I haven't even looked, love. Haven't even looked. I was far too busy trying to figure out how to get a stream up onto bloody YouTube. Then bloody Ghetto was playing up. Then I finally found it, and then numerous people kept ringing the bloody phone.
It is hilarious, though, what goes on elsewhere. See, everyone says don't go over there, but sometimes you can't help it. It's too much of a car crash. It's too comical, but...
What, over on old Rodney's, you mean?
Yeah, it's disgusting and stupid, but funny at the same time sometimes, you know.
Well, for some reason he's got 100 people watching, so you know his numbers haven't gone low whatsoever.
Yeah, everybody else who tells you not to go there still watch. It makes you laugh.
Oh my God, it's just a big screaming noise, Jupiter.
Yeah, I know, but people seem to like that. I don't know why. They seem to like it. They
I
don't
don't know.
Harm.
Oh yeah,
They like to see people shouting at each other.
Did you see? Have you been listening to Rodney K?
No, I was just having a little listen. It's a big screaming noise.
They're spazzing out, yeah. Like Askit is going, Salaman, condemn ISIS. If you don't, I'm gonna kill you. Crazy. And then Brian Hill, for some reason, is playing the Adhan, yeah, or the call to prayer for no reason in the side, yeah. And if the authority services are watching this, yeah, and Suleiman's going, you're all going to become Muslims, and this is now going to become Muslim, they're not doing themselves any favors, are they? You know, so they're not condemning Suleiman. The only person condemning Suleiman is Asketi. The rest of them are pally with him. Suleiman. And Rodney K, I don't know whether he's retarded, whether the Mong Thai, he got hit in the head during Mong Thai. But this is not something that is good. I'm going to be making sure this particular clip will be used as evidence as well. Can you do me a favor? Has anyone got a clear picture of Rodney, his whole face?
Yeah, go to the Wasp. You'll find one.
Oh, it's under. All right, so yeah, because I need to do a bit.
He used to have it on his channel at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I didn't, because at the time I didn't really take him seriously. So I was like, all right, what's the part? I didn't really. So now Rodney's got his own folder. You know when you get the folder
Oh
with the name.
dear, he's got
What?
his own folder.
Once he's got now, he's got his own folder. Now it's gonna get really sticky because like I'll just start collating everything I know on him, and so he's now got his own little Rodney folder, Rodney K monetized specialist. But you need, I'll tell you, please.
Morpheus has got one. Can you
Yeah,
email it?
Morpheus.
Yeah. Can you? Because I'm gonna start. You know, my Photoshop skills are gonna really. You know, I spent 4 years at university, got myself 8 years in debt to do memes.
Yeah, so you may as
using-
well put it to good use for the
might as well put
community,
it to-
love.
might as well
Yeah,
put it to
yeah.
this. You know, Morpheus, I can't remember. My email is Pentacular. Can you do it now so I can get one up and running? Because this is going to go perfectly with what I just heard today. I don't know whether look, you know, Suleiman is on the terror watch list. He's 100%, as you know, even Shamsi and Ali Dawa, they've all condemned him. Even just a week ago, 2 months ago, Shamsi was condemning him, saying you are a extremist. And the only panel he's allowed on is, guess where? Rodney Case. And he's welcomed with open arms.
Yes,
Wow.
What is that? Are they still on there arguing now?
Dude, it's hilarious, man. You know when people are spazzing out, because I think Ask Getty's got drunk, and he's now worried that he's going to be connected to Suleiman. He's going, if you don't think I'm going to bomb your house, we're going to West. He didn't even say, he said, I'm in the West. I love the West. All of a sudden, he's loving the West.
Oh, he loves the West now.
Yeah, you need to rewind
okay.
it. You need to rewind it. It's crazy.
I'll
I
go
don't
find it, Wendy, and play it.
Yeah, you need to rewind it. Rewind that 10 minutes, It's
Rodney
just
won't
mad.
even know because we're over here.
Oh, Wasp has it, email me Morpheus at pentacularartist@yahoo.co.uk. Rewind it let me just see what time it is, because it's like, I was just like, wow, you know, like you're digging deeper and deeper, like, you know, you're not helping yourself with your cause. Hold on. Yeah. Rewind. Let me share my screen because I've got the actual spot.
Oh, okay, love.
So don't show the actual screen. Just show the
No.
Yeah, show the sound. And can you not hear? Let me see. All right. So share. So basically, let me just get it. Hold on. So sorry, I need to close some windows.
Right, he said it's in Real's Telegram, Raj.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look, listen to this.
I'll pull that trigger.
Hold on.
But we can't just tell you no more. We cannot just tell you no more, bro. Can you say at least?
Hold on.
Yeah, the whiskey.
I will put the bullet on the trigger. I will shoot you one by one. Pop. Remember that shit though. I was gonna tell that personally on the track.
Greenford Road, man.
You never heard me, Solomon.
I know them.
You never scared me, Solomon. I know the king all black, like I'm in the army. I'm
on that project.
like
Don't be fooling that.
Sammy.
That little bastard will terrorize you.
One talk, street talk, Solomon. If you want to represent ISIS, don't come around me like scary motherfuckers. Bro, anyways, bro, listen. I don't know what Solomon on, bro. Maybe Solomon is the agent. Maybe Solomon's the agent, bro. I don't know what Solomon is on, bro. Why is he here, bro? This motherfucker, why is this motherfucker here? Well, yeah, haram my nigga, but Solomon.
What are you talking about?
Is bad people. Can you say online at least?
What are you talking about, man?
We tired of fucking this defending you, bro. We can't defend you no more. We cannot just tell you no more, bro. Can you say at least? Bad people. I didn't say that way, bro. Because fuck the speaker's corner, bro. At least on the open right now, if you want to chat to us, fuck you, man. Listen, Ronnie. I'm not here to talk to this guy, man. This guy,
be quiet. I don't need you to defend me, all right?
If he's really true by his belief, I'm ready to go and shot him in his head, fam. Real talk. I will kill him, bro.
What's that?
If you access, bro.
Big up Ask Getty, man, because Ask Getty is actually the one that's saying, if you should believe in the ISIS, I'm going to put a bullet. And the people that are supporting him is freaking Rodney and them lot. Like, it's weird. It's crazy. Like, it's weird.
Wallahi, I said, wallahi, listen, I'm Muslim, right? And your brother, right? I'm your brother, right? I'm Muslim, right?
Yeah,
I said, wallahi, I'll put that AK-47, I'll pull that trigger, I'll let that last piece of that AK-47 hit directly inside your head. Wallahi. You see the gun, yeah, is split right when I pull the trigger, right? But I will be fucking happy seeing that thing go inside your head. Wallahi. Because you know what? I'm African, I'm dangerous already. I hate fucking terrorists, bro.
Alright,
I hate terrorists with a passion, fam. With a passion, bro. Wallahi, I said, wallahi. On my mom's life, on my dad's life,
Why are you in Somalia
on my,
then? Why are you
my
talking rubbish?
existence, fam. I
Whoa,
hate
Solomon.
Why are you talking rubbish? Why
Solomon,
are you in
listen,
Somalia then?
I only
Coming
would
from
tell
you,
you this
little
thing
man.
once, you know. I don't have time to keep going back and forward. I want to tell you this one thing. Listen,
Stop talking,
if
man.
you really
Stop
smell
talking, man.
fuckers, yeah, I said,
Stop
wallahi,
talking, man. Like,
I'll
I don't know
hit
why you're
you
talking to me.
with that
I don't
straight
even know
bullet
you.
in your head. I'm sure you'll die. I
Whatever,
don't give a fuck if
man.
you're from Nigeria.
Whatever.
I don't give a fuck if you're from Hausa. I don't give a fuck where you're from, Solomon. If Solomon on this
Yeah,
panel,
alright, be quiet, man.
not sure.
Look what's happened to them,
Solomon's
Jupiter.
Nigerians, they started telling
Solomon, what's that looking up all the time?
You're just talking rubbish, man.
No, I don't know. What's that looking up all the time? What's that looking up all the time?
Oh, it's still Solomon on this panel. Solomon still on this panel, yeah? Rodney, I told you, bro. Listen, Solomon, you have to denounce ISIS directly in front of all of us. Because we don't want...
I can't believe I'm saying it. It's like, Ask Getty is the voice of reason here. Yeah. Can you believe it? He's the one that's telling him, like, to condemn ISIS and all this, telling him, Rodney, what you got him on for. And listen to what he says about the West. Hopefully he said this.
I'm being involved with you, motherfuckers, fam. I'm not, I don't want no fucking M5 knocking down my door and kicking my door in, fam. I don't give a fuck about that. Solomon, listen. All I got was... Allahu Akbar, fam. Solomon, if you're Muslim, fam, if you're Muslim, yeah? If you're Muslim, fam, listen. If you're a real Muslim, brother, if you're a real Muslim, denounce you people. If you don't denounce you people, fam, we're coming for your yard, fam.
Whatever, man.
You motherfucking ISIS motherfuckers. We have to kill all of you. We have to kill with the Western power, you know, with the Western bombs and nuclear bombs, all that shit. We're coming for you. We support the West. When it comes to terrorism and all that shit, wallahi, I said, wallahi, I said,
Muslims.
One word it means, I swear on the word of Allah,
what's that speak?
He said, wallahi, we're coming for all of you. I said, wallahi.
Ask Getty supports the West and the terror. Big up to him for that, though. Like, I don't know whether I was drunk or
Yeah, Raj,
whatever.
what picture is in the Telegram at Reels?
Yeah, but it's got hundreds of pictures and it goes up for hours. Like, oh, you just posted it now? Okay. Did someone just post it now?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh god, let me do it now. Let me do it now. That's an amazing pic. If you're still live in like 10 minutes, I might try and jump back and show you what I've done in like 10-15 minutes. Oh, what did you think of that?
I just think it's crazy talking, but why they're arguing, I don't know. But
No, let me tell you something. When I said I'm going Speaker's Corner to highlight this, now they're going spazzing out. I don't want MI5 coming up my door. I don't want this. This is the thing. They're all getting rattled now. Yeah. And wait till I actually do turn up, because I'm actually planning to go. I just need to wait for the day. And when I do turn up, and I'm really speaking to Suleiman in real life, next to the police, saying Mr. O'Donnell supports this, then you're gonna really see it.
You've got Esau's adopted Tamaloids. Raj, I've got a picture of Esau. Hold on.
Put it in the Telegram if you can, or email it to me.
Right? He can't go. He don't go in that Telegram group. Reflection in his phone on Rodney channel last week.
All right. Did you post it up? I don't remember seeing
Morpheus put that picture in Reel's Telegram for me.
Yeah, put it in there. Put it in there.
Morpheus, put it in there. It's a bit blurry.
Oh my
if you
God,
do a black and white film on the pic, you can see Esau's features.
Oh, big up Morpheus.
Put it in the Telegram so me and Wendy can see it as well, please, Morpheus.
Right. I'm in contact with Morpheus now behind the scenes. We've now got the red pill. I don't know what he's gonna. Let me just quickly just do the thingy. If you're not still on, I might just quickly show you a preview of some of the stuff I'm gonna do about Rodney now. But let me just quickly just do my bit. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
See, we're dealing with nutters. Even Raj is slightly nuts. He's all excited to go and do a meme about Rodney. And he's going to come back for it in 10 minutes. See, I can't help it. See, I know when you said that.
No, I didn't listen to that recording that Raj. I can't bear their voices. No.
I know you can't, but see, for me, I still find them. They're humorous. I'm not laughing with them. I'm laughing at them. Just how fucking daft they are.
Yeah, I kind of get it. I understand it. Don't think I don't understand it, but there's nothing they can say that I'm going to find funny, if you know what I mean. Not a thing. No. But you know, people find that entertaining. That's up to them. You know, and sometimes
the picture is not even worth looking at. I wouldn't be surprised either, because they get all excited over certain stuff that they and when you get there, it's so disappointing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They all tell you they've got something. It's like when they say that they've got a definite, and then when you find out it's not definite, it's too much now. But I don't know. It's easy to understand how the government can control the masses when you've got so many masses that are like that.
Yeah, yeah. It is. But no, there's nothing nothing they can say I find funny. Yeah, no, not a thing.
Oh, bloody hell, they're all trying to dox each other in Rodney's side chat, apparently.
Because it's crazy, it's mad, it's nuts. But people must like crazy, mad and nuts.
It is, well, I think they do. I mean, I can see the funny side of it. I find it hilarious at times, but not because of them. Not because they're geniuses or they're comedians, but just because it's so ridiculous. But they think you're laughing with them, not at them. They don't get it.
You know, some of the things that, you know, they like to say about Hoof and different people. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's not funny at all.
You know, meanwhile, they sit there as the little freaks that they are. The liars that they are. Yeah.
When they argue with each other, that's when it becomes comical for me. Because when they've got no one else to pick on, they start arguing with each other.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then it's quite comical. But to be honest, I much prefer being on a calm channel and just talking like normal, to be honest. So you see, I think I spoke to you about it, but I'm not sure. You know that we were all talking about that bloke that stabbed that woman, Wendy?
Bloke that stabbed the woman?
You know him in Maid of Vale?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Well, the bloke who was driving the car has only gone and got a solicitor, but guess what solicitor he went and got?
Oh, you told me, yeah, the one that represents Begum, wasn't it? Or represented.
Yeah, so I don't think that's going to go in his favour, do you, really? I mean,
yes.
I still can't get older why he chose to do that. It's just madness to me.
Well, who knows, love? Who knows why they go for these dodgy solicitors? God alone knows.
But did you see that Hurl admitted the other day he don't know nothing about you? He don't even know if you've really got kids.
He ain't got a clue about me. I know that. I've known that all the time.
And then he said, oh, and she won't go to the police over anything that's happened because...
That's a lie.
Because she'll have to give her name. And I thought, you don't realise that if it's serious enough, you can get witness protection.
Exactly. Exactly.
And because of what happened with you, you would get that. They're so stupid.
He knows he's just putting on a brave face.
I know that. And you know that.
And he could use the name Wendy Wu all he likes. He knows that. But he can't, you know, do you see what I'm saying? He hasn't got my real name. He'll never have my real name. and he can lie all he likes. I just all I've got to do is sit here and wait.
Let's have a look. Apparently, Bleeding Heart and Irish Flame are having a row in the South chat, a side chat, which is worth looking at.
Well, I'm surprised Bleeding Heart hasn't just timed her out. She's good at that.
Well, I think I think they need people to argue if that's their problem. And if people don't give them someone to argue with, they're gonna just pick on anyone, aren't they?
Yeah.
So let's see what they're arguing about. Why has he got? He's got 2 live streams going, hasn't he?
Who?
I don't. No, he ain't. I thought he had 2, but he ain't. Right, let's have a look at the side chat then. See if it's still going on. It's probably finished by now. Oh, fucking hell, it takes age.
Subscribe, Cam, then it won't be so hard to find, love. What are you looking for, Dupes?
I'm seeing if I can find Irish Flame and Bleeding Heart's argument, and I'll read it out, but I don't know, I can't see nothing.
Nah.
I haven't got them turned up, so that's why. Let me see. Oh, you got Umbrella here. I can't believe you guys. Oh, Brian, get a grip. You said you were in my hotel. You think I'm here for you? Nobody's seen you today. Oh, she's got to make out the fucking.
Oh, she was there. I heard her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was definitely there. I heard her. So was Zero News.
Oh, Tom would be there.
Yeah.
I knew Tom would be there.
The driver. And others. The guy who likes to wear his Union Jack suit. He was there.
Oh, yeah.
At least Amy don't turn up at none of them anymore, does she? Strange, that.
Not since she went to prison. I don't blame her, though, do you?
No. We know, thank Goddard for that one. I never understand why she turned up at Soho that day.
Oh, they're talking about Haley, but she's in the side chat arguing with them, so.
Fuck off. You know when Based Amy turned up at Soho that day, Jupiter? As a woman, I just don't understand it. To go and meet some stranger she doesn't even know called Tam. And then stand around, just didn't make sense to me. None
What,
of it.
when that bloke hit her?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one, weren't it?
I mean, he was, but to take Tam up on his offer, oh yeah, come meet me at Soho, blah, 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 blah. Then she insisted that it was Steve that had set it all up. Is it Steve? Speaker's Corner? Is that his name, Steve?
Oh, she had a big row with Steve, didn't she? Because she said...
Oh, yeah, she was... Yeah.
The praying situation.
Yeah, she used to really well, she did start to really hate him.
Yeah.
Because he'd take the mick out of her falling down all the time. But I don't know where she's gone. She's just like kind of disappeared.
Well, maybe she fucking decided to jump off the bridge again.
Hmm.
Maybe that for her health reasons she's had to stay away or something. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean, she
but then
wasn't. She did do that quite often. You know what I mean? You don't know.
she used to do it a lot, actually, as she got too involved in it. I mean, to the point where she ends up in prison because of Anna Soubry. I mean, really, was it worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Looks like.
Oh, she live streams on Discord, does she? Ah, right, okay. Nah, not for me. I can't stand Discord.
Oh, they're all saying they don't, but he's still pretending that he's in Telford.
He will, because he's an idiot.
And they're all arguing with him from the side chat. He loves all that.
Yeah. He loves all the attention, everything, anything he can get, he loves. Because the man's insane. Rodney's insane. And so's Esau. They're all insane as far as I'm concerned. And they don't mean anything too, so they've got nothing of importance to say, nothing at all.
But so has Plisco. Plisco turned up on the channel to say, has anyone seen Esau's footage getting arrested yet?
No. You won't neither. Because Esau isn't going to turn up and show himself to Brian Earl. Think about it, Jim. It's just not going to happen.
Of course not. But you've got to laugh that they've gone to the extent of making out that they were there. It's almost
jealous. God,
weird.
Yes.
They can't stand it. I mean, I thought Esau was going to go marching down there to be opposing the protest. He's going to go down and guard Muslims, he said.
Well, he didn't need to. It was peaceful. Very peaceful indeed. Probably because it was held outside the police station. But
oh, was it? Was it?
Yeah. You know where the screen was? Like behind that was the police station. So you're not going to get a lot of violence, are you? When they're parked right outside the bloody police station. Made sense, really, to do it there, I guess.
Yeah. Picture with wasp has come over there. What?
Picture with wasp has come over there. Who cares? Look, you just got to go on Facebook and put in Russ McGarry and you see all the fucking pictures you want of Russ. What's wrong with people?
Oh, I don't know. To be honest, it's all just stupid, isn't it? Has he been doing any live streams? I've not seen any.
If you're not, he's had a strike on his main channel.
Okay.
So you need to subscribe to Russ McGarry on YouTube. Jupes. It comes up straight away. It's not hard. Yeah, it's not hard to find. But I think he's only done one since he had his strike.
Okay. What did he get strike for?
Some video he made.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know how it is, you know. You've got to be so careful because the things you think you're going to get striked for, you don't. And then all of a sudden they'll strike you for something that you think's safe. You know what I mean? That they wouldn't But you just never know.
Oh, we saw using photos of Wasp now.
Oh yeah, good luck. Good luck, you fucking yeah.
So, what about this banana split? She done any more videos, the little bitch?
Nah, she's obviously she's looking for new content, you know, on Me and You, because that's all her channel is, Me and You. You know, she's such a spiteful, nasty bitch that can't put up the truth, just puts up a one-sided tale kind of thing.
Yeah, but more for all the people who fell for it.
Oh yeah.
I noticed that oh, what can I call her? Yardie lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was on she was over there talking to Fat Pig about and not a Rodners, asking him, and he apologized to her. She said, "Oh, but why was you saying that I was racist and everything?" He went, "Oh no, I don't think that. It's just that you stuck up for Ostrich against me." And then within minutes, it was talking about that Fat Pig talking about complete lies about me and Hector, and then talking about what happened to you. How she don't believe it.
Well, they can all go and fuck themselves. I don't care.
I did laugh because it was less than a 2-minute conversation. There was no substance. It was all bullshit.
Yeah.
And she'd gone on there as 9 live reports. I thought, well, you ain't going to have much to fucking talk about this week, are you?
I intend to keep it like that. She can go straight to hell as far as I'm concerned. I didn't ask for her opinion on anything, and it's got nothing to do with her. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
But all of them are crazy. The whole fucking lot of them, and all of them that want to associate with them. You know, it's one thing going on and sort of like having a bit of an argument, but wanting to go on and be actual friends with them.
Yeah,
you know?
True. Hi, Real. Yeah.
So come on.
You know, Nyneetha just tries to follow you around wherever you are, and that's been obvious for quite a while. I mean, and how she even tries to deny it is beyond me.
Yeah, but she's obsessed.
Yeah,
She?
I know.
It's nuts. I don't know, but I think she's moved on. Hopefully, at last. So,
well, she's got no other choice, has she? Because she's got no content.
No, exactly.
This thing is not to talk to the fucking cow. Oh, she's been like that, love, ever since she did. I told you when you put that video of her kid up, that's when she became obsessed.
Yeah, but it weren't just a video of her kid, was it? It was an actual video of gang.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But she still became obsessed, love. Yeah, She had a taste of her own medicine and didn't like it. I was watching a video about on Betty's channel, right?
Yeah. Oh, she makes me laugh as well.
So I had to laugh.
But she's off her head as well.
Yeah, she's off her head. I had to laugh though because she was talking about your son.
Oh yeah.
And she kept referring to him as fucking Georgie. I thought, oh, fucking hell, will you stop it? Just because he's got E on the name of his name. His name's not Georgie. She wasn't being nasty or anything. You know what I mean? It's just... Is that you, Real?
I am.
Yeah. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Dupa.
Hello. We're hiding over here today, yeah.
Yeah. No, I fell asleep earlier. I was gonna review that thing, and then I was trying to watch it on like the speakers corner online, but I couldn't really hear it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that's
very
why
bad.
we replayed it. Yeah.
Did you have the actual copy, a copy of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I might have to rewind then and listen to it. How long ago is it?
About 2 hours ago, love. Yeah.
2 hours ago, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have a little scroll back and listen because I wanted
Well,
to see
actually, sorry, Real. Sorry to interrupt, love. It's at the very start. At the very
it's at
start.
at the start of
Yeah.
this stream, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll have a look. So was it good then? Yeah. What was your
Yeah, it
opinion
was
on
done very professionally. At least I mean, you could hear what was actually being said, where you couldn't, with the speaker's corner thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got more of a picture to the story. It's a very sad story, and it makes you very angry. There's a smiling policeman on there, ex-policeman, and he's just grinning or like smirking. And it just makes you sick, to be honest.
Is it Tommy Robinson interviewing the people himself?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
he goes after. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But he also goes after the police officer that's corrupt.
Yeah.
Which is good. Names him,
Alright.
shames him, goes up to
So is
him.
there going to be more parts? Because someone was saying that there's going to be
Yes,
five
parts.
six,
Yeah.
6 parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked. All right. Well, listen. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to have a little listen to that now.
They said
See
if
what
you
it's
go
saying.
on Tyrant Finder, you'll find it, and it's better sound.
Tyrant Finder.
No, but that'll be the stream. He wants the
Yeah.
documentary.
I'll just watch it. Yeah, I'll just watch yours. If you got it, did you play the full thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll just watch yours. Yeah, no problem. All right. I'll speak to you like in a bit.
All right, love. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Rael. Yeah. So, I think all he wants, because the sound was very poor, wasn't it? On it was the same though with the other documentary, Panodrama. When he showed that in, I can't remember where he showed it. The sound was crap that day, and you had to wait for like the documentary to be uploaded.
Professional. Do you remember when he done Panodrama and then he showed his wedding pics? What was that all about?
I don't know. I don't know. But this was more professional, yeah. I mean, hopefully, yeah. Like Cam said, he seems to have learnt from the last one. And I did like the bits where he was saying it wasn't about him. But, I've got to add that there's been more than one video of asking for money on Getter, let me put it that way.
But I don't mind him asking for money if he's going to use it to make these kind of videos, Wendy.
God, he's right. Yeah. Hello, Raj.
Obviously, I'm on a mission today, so let me just show you something. Let me just show you something that I just knocked up into. Well, no, what it is here, I've been showing some pictures of Suleiman with Anjem Chowdhury and stuff. But what I didn't realize is that in the background here, when I started looking closer, like there's a problem. Have a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Have a look at the pictures. Yeah, you see?
All right.
So when you go across here, obviously this is a thingy from Speakers Corner, the guy that sports. This is Anjem Chowdhury.
Right.
Look who's behind. Is that Rodney?
He looked a bit surprised to have been found there.
Is it Rodney?
Yeah, it's Rodney.
Wow, what an exclusive, man. So they have got a. So what did I start looking at the other pictures of Suleiman? Because I was thinking, what did they know each other in real life?
My God, when did that happen? Wow, that's why they're friends.
Yeah, look at
Yeah, the ISIS flag. Look at this one here, outside the court with the Sadar.
Oh, God, look.
The lyric, look.
Rodney, you bastards.
Look how many pictures, and this is just a few. Wait till you see the rest of them. Look. Look at this complete. I might take this to the speakers. Corner. Look, here's him with Suleiman. Yeah? ISIS flag. Look at this, him just looking innocent in the back. I didn't recognize him because of the beard.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, who is that? Yeah, in the back here. Suleiman Andrew Chowdhury. Look at him here, looking like he's been caught. Every time he looks like he's been caught.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's always like, oh shit. Oh shit. I'm the first ever IRA ISIS member. Look at him here.
Oh, that's a good one, though. Yeah.
Look at him in the background. Looks like he's literally shitting himself. Look at him here like a chav. Ah, yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm down here. I'm the first ever IRA ISIS member with Suleiman Sadard up there. And look at him here, man. But this is look at him. He can't even wear the hat straight. But this is the most damning.
He's
look,
so shocked, isn't
Andon
he?
Chowdhury.
Yeah.
Suleiman. And please, everybody, is this actually Rodney? Because he's got a beard here. I've never seen him with a beard.
Yeah, that's Rodney. I'm sorry. That's Rodney.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to start kind of like scrutinizing every pic, because I'm pretty sure when they were like like in the ISIS videos, I'm pretty sure I've seen Rodney K in the background. Maybe I'll have to start revisiting.
This proves it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you saw how. Yeah. I mean, you see how quickly I did this. I mean, this is 8 years of Photoshop skills. Like what? Imagine what I can do.
This explains the friendship, doesn't it? Yeah.
This is why he defended him, even though Muslims are calling him out, including Ask Getty. This explains it. This was outside Andon Chowdhury's trial. Look how shocked he was. Like, oh shit! Oh shit! He found me. Look at the state of him. Look, even he's looking at him like, dude, you can't be an IRA ISIS member. We're gonna kind of sort of like humor you a bit, but you're gonna have to choose a side. Yeah. Are you with us or are you with the Kafar? But this one here is the most. Look at even Andon Chowdhury is so ashamed he can't look.
Oh my god! Look, he's so shocked.
He's looking away.
The camera. Look.
Yeah. Like it's there. This is just such an exclusive, man. Because it's so weird that you don't see things when you first look at these pictures.
Well, yeah, that's true, isn't it? It's true. I mean,
I'll be honest with you. This one would have been made into him, but the skin color wouldn't match up. So, oh look, ISIS flag. Look how shocked he's there as well. Rodders, if you're gonna go and support Suleiman, stop looking like you shat yourself.
Yeah.
You're not scaring anyone with that face. You're actually making us, look at you like in the Four Lions or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a brilliant movie. That is.
Yeah, have a look at this one. Can someone please make
that's
sure?
What he reminds me of. Yeah.
Can someone make sure that Rodney knows we now found him? We've caught him, lads. We got him.
Lady Jane, can you maybe make a small clip? Yeah.
Look,
put it up, sweetie. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at what when I see him, yeah. I just think to myself that this guy, is the most dangerous man in the UK.
Yeah.
When I see that face, look.
Oh my god!
How do we know what's going on with his eyes so wide? Yeah, like what is happening in his brain to get him to that state?
I don't know, love.
And your sons are British soldiers, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, and he wants to kill British soldiers, doesn't he?
He does.
Okay, all right, okay.
And they're his mates he's hanging out
now,
with.
maybe let's just say maybe the guy behind is someone that looks like Rodney K. We have to be fair.
No,
maybe it's
that's
just
Rodney
that
K.
like
That's Rodney K. That's definitely Rodney K.
Is that Rodders?
yeah, that's Rodney K.
Yeah, is this Rodders?
Yeah. Yes. Well done on finding this, Raj. Brilliant work.
I mean, I can't believe it. I was actually standing there when this was happening.
That's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah, look at little old Solomon going, Rodders is my number one supporter. He will die for me, and he's a kafar, but he will die for me. First ever IRA ISIS link up, and they had to choose Rodders as their spokesperson. Make sure Rodney sees this, because I'm going to go to Reels and show this exclusive evidence. Yeah, nice beard, isn't it? Nice beard. I said that's why I didn't recognize him.
Brilliant work.
Don't worry, there's more to come. More to come.
Top-notch investigation, Raj.
More to come. Don't worry. I've got some old pictures from the conflict in Northern Ireland, and I'm pretty sure I see Rodders in the background. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure we see him. I think Martin McGuinness and
Jerry Adams.
you know, Jerry Adams. You know, I'm pretty sure I got a picture of all three of them together hugging.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah. You know, after they blew something up, they were hugging.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
And-
Rodders been around for a long time, man. Rodders been away for a long time.
The Secret Life of
yeah,
Rodney
you-
Kay. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
What do you mean? Just in case, to blur kids' face, just saying before they use it. What does that mean, Victoria?
What?
I don't get it. It's just something like blurring kids' face.
Oh, because she thinks it's a kid in the background. That's an adult.
Oh, no, it's an adult. They're all adults.
They're all adults, Victoria.
They're all adults.
Yeah.
They're all adults. So this is Suleiman. She thinks Suleiman's a child. Oh yeah, you don't show that little 10-year-old boy. It's him. that little freaking extremist. Yeah, look at him here.
Oh, that's a good photo. That's well
Look
done
into-
finding that photo. Yeah.
Look
Brilliant
into
work.
my eyes.
Christ.
Look into my eyes. It's Suleiman going, oh, I'm getting bummed. Oh, what are you doing behind him? Huh? Why is Suleiman growling and you got your eyes wide open? What are you putting in his little,
He's
rectum?
inverted that ISIS finger up him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going, the finger, one finger, ta! Ugh, and look at Rodney, man. And I wonder who he's getting bummed by as well, though. Look at this.
Why
dude,
is his
man.
eyes like that though?
Yeah, he's
creepy,
coked out.
isn't
He's
it?
coked
I
out
think
his
that's
head,
when
man.
Jen got her baps out.
Yeah, he's
Oh, right.
coked out his head, man. Look,
Oh,
this
wow.
guy.
That's
He's
mad.
behind you. He's licking. He's like, you know when you like your kind of like you bite
Yeah.
your lip. Like this is what do you think's going on behind there? Rodney,
Yeah, well, yeah.
wide open, him behind. Suleiman here. It's a threesome, innit? You know when they say, what's it called when they have that? What's it called when they have like when they stitch three people together? It's I forgot the human centipede.
Yeah.
You got little old Suleiman here, Rodney K, and his little Mumbody. I wonder who this dude is though. To be so, yeah, exclusive. More to come, guys. More to come. Don't worry. And that's just the beginning for Rodney. Don't worry. I'll make sure those pictures go to Speaker's Corner when I'm, displaying who he is. I'll say, look, who is this dude in the background? Allegedly. Yeah. Well,
Great
if you got
work.
any, Wendy, if you got any good pictures, that I can kind of that you think would look good as superimposing,
Oh, I
old
get you.
Rodders.
Yeah.
So send them to me, isn't it? So I can because I need to start searching some of the ones that I want to start doing now. So to be honest with you, when I get something a bee in a bonnet, I'm like I don't know what it is. I just can't stop myself. Once I start. Yeah, I'll do the way I do it. I do hundreds. I do like around 10 at a time because it's easier for me to get loads out of the way. Do you understand?
Right. Okay.
I don't know why. It's because you can use the same technique and you keep me going back, forth. So when I've done all 5 of those at the same time, I just did them in one go. Yeah, rather than doing one picture at a time. So I'll do them separately. Anyway, I'm off. I'm going to go over to Reels. And somebody make sure those images go to IRA/ISIS Rodney. Make sure he confirms if it's him or not. It could be his brother, the IRA brother.
I don't
Maybe
think so.
maybe it could be the IRA brother, isn't it? Maybe that's him. He might be innocent on this. We don't know. Anyway, you little cunt, Rodney. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You'll-
good way of
don't worry.
describing him.
Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna really see. All right. You want to start fucking about with disabled people and stuff like that. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll go to new levels with you, won't we? Don't cry afterwards, though.
No.
Anyway, man. Yeah.
Don't moan.
Don't cry afterwards. Don't cry. Don't start begging for mercy, saying you're AIDS or something. I got AIDS. I don't.
Yeah, that'll be next. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I got AIDS. Brian Hill gave me AIDS. Esau gave me AIDS. Yeah, no, we're not leaving you alone. Yeah, if you got AIDS, you might as well just die then, you little bitch.
Yeah,
Anyway.
go away.
Yeah, go away. Anyway, I'm off, man.
All right, then, bye. That's funny, that was. Yeah, I like that. Right, I'm going to close this down and get something to eat, Jukes. Fucking hell, it's 10 to 9.
Okay, then. Good stream, though. I'm quite
Okay.
tired though, but I think it's because we started today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been
Started.
strange.
All right then. I'm
All
gonna
right.
go.
Thanks, chat,
Yeah.
for being here.
Yeah,
I know
thank
it's
you, everyone.
yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, love. Bye. No, it's weird being over here on Wendy Woo too, but we had to play it safe so they can't find us, all of our haters. So yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, and see you all later. Bye bye.